That's better.
United Adventure Company presents, in its third and final season, Welcome Home. Taking our adventurers to strange new lands. Introducing new foes and enemies. Revisiting the ancient homelands. Battling remembered monsters. Even the ones within ourselves. Our heroes find themselves in a new city, towers, and wonder. The forces of balance once again charge forth towards our heroes. Our heroes rise to meet them on the battlefield. Who shall conquer all? Who lays a finger on the scales of balance? Find out this and more on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/United Adventure Company. Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. It's United Adventure Company, and we are here to play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us on a Saturday night here on Labor Day weekend in the United States. So a long weekend for lots of folks. This is just a second Friday, right? That's really all today is, just second Friday. So cool. Thanks for joining us.
Friday 2.0.
Yeah, Friday 2.0, exactly. I am your host and Dungeon Master Jackal Crossing, joined by our cast for Welcome Home. This is Season 3, Episode 2, A New Class. So, yeah, we're really getting into Season 3. Kicked off a couple weeks ago, and now we're getting the ball rolling. Matches is back with us this week. Thanks for making it back for this episode. Hey, couple of quick little things, everybody. We have a kind of a goal deadline. This month is our Zoom renewal, and we are just throwing it out there for Patreon members to add to our Patreon so that we can make this Zoom renewal fee. It's that time of year. We're really, really close. Just a couple patrons would help push us over the edge. So if you would like to support this channel growing and getting better and more awesome things, check out the link down in the description. Join our Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You can make a difference. Help feed the starving kittens in Vale's new orphanage that he will be building.
Yeah.
Yes. Or get me a coffee or snacks. I don't have no snacks on the table tonight, y'all. No snacks.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm unprepared.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I'm a failure.
You have nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But hey, for those that are already Patreon supporters, we really appreciate you. Lord Thorin, Nathan, Aaron, Two Wolf Design, thanks so much for your continued patronage over the months and hopefully soon to be year. If you were following us over on Twitch, go ahead and ditch that Twitch thing. We've been gone from Twitch for like 6 months. So go ahead and ditch your Twitch and roll that over to a Patreon support. We'll get more out of it, and you too will get more out of it with announcements and behind the scenes stuff that I share in the Patreon page. So thanks so much, y'all. You can also help the channel grow by clicking subscribe, giving us a like, leaving a comment, telling your friends, and tying them to a chair and making them watch us, and forcing their finger on the subscribe button as well. Maybe not, but you could tell your friends about it, right? Yeah, do that. All right, who's eating at Joe's? Someone wrote on the map. Thank you for the humor on the map. It's very good mouse handwriting. Someone writing with a pen on a touch screen, perhaps.
I love it.
No, I think whoever it is just must do a lot of practice with digital art.
Oh, you think that's what it is? I'm going to
Okay.
share this with our folks at home so they can see this lovely eat at Joe's.
It wasn't me this time that defaced the map.
Not this time.
That's actually a vampire residence. So, but maybe the vampire's name is Joe. We'll say that.
Or maybe you're supposed to go there to eat Joe.
Or
I
maybe
guess
that's
that's the other-
Joe's having a buffet at the vampire buffet.
There you go.
There you go. It's a vampire buffet at Joe's. All right.
What constitutes a vampire buffet?
You know what? I think we should save that for an AMA. we
Me
should
too.
jump into the game. When we last left off,
Because I'm behave, I haven't interrupted you or said anything dirty.
Not yet.
I gave the
plenty
pause.
of opportunity.
I paused. I waited for it.
I know.
I
I
waited.
know.
It's
We were
sure
waiting
to
on you,
come
man.
soon enough.
You let us all down.
I know. I think people are getting the wrong idea of me, so I have to.
Were they though?
Are they getting? Are you sure it's the wrong?
Are you sure it's the wrong idea?
All right. When we last left off, our heroes, and I use that word loosely in quotation marks, we're back in Karnengather. They had just returned from the orphanage where they had recovered the scrolls and necessary scriptures to perform the Hunt of the Night, the annual ritual that helps turn those unsuspecting children into were creatures. They learned a little bit about Malar and a little bit about themselves as well. They had a meeting with Clarissa that was rather interesting. Meanwhile, Matches was off training the troops and inspecting the construction of new vessels up in hey, welcome to the stream, everybody. Was up in the workshop city up north in the snowy area, checking out the progress. We'll pick up right there. As you all had just walked the forest, found a location, and over the next few days, Toox had gone out and begun implementing the ritual. Let's start off with a couple of Arcana checks from Toox. Let's see how that ritual casting is going. You're a warlock, so this whole spell scroll thing and herbs, and that's really not your venue, but let's check it out and see how you're doing.
You're muted.
Okay, which one did you want?
Arcana.
That's a big deal.
Ooh, an 18. Nice. Yeah, you are finding it actually relatively easier than you expected it to be. As you are going around the first day, go for the second day, because you have to do this in multiple days. We'll say that in the meantime, Matches, you are still away. Veil, you are probably preparing for the ritual and learning, and Amaranth, you are wandering around the city. We'll come back and catch up with you guys on these next couple of days. We'll get these rolls out of the way, though, so we can get into some role playing.
So again,
Yeah, give me another.
Ooh,
It's getting easier. It's getting easier. Wow, you might have a knack for this stuff after all. You're pretty impressed with yourself. You come back the second day, and the hedge maze has already grown 4 feet.
yes, but is it knee high by the 4th of July?
Knee high. Where is that from?
Corn thing from up north.
A corn thing. Do you like corn? I love corn. Have y'all seen the corn thing? Anyway, we'll talk about that.
I
There's
played
this-
cornhole.
There's this video about
I wanted
corn
to.
and why it's so awesome. A 14, yeah, you struggle a little bit on the third day, but you do get it. Finally, you get out there. The hedge maze is it's fully grown and ready to rock and roll. You actually get a little turned around while you're in there, but you find your way out eventually. Let's drop back, see what Amaranth, you had checked in with Marshall about a suit of armor. He gave you a price. You said you were going to think about it for a day and come back. What are you doing there with that?
I'm just not going back.
You're just not going to go back? Okay.
No, I'm just not going back.
Okay.
I thought about it long and hard and decided that that armor, even with its magical effects, was not as good as what I already had for my purposes.
Okay. So don't want that armor. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to do while you're here over the next couple of days?
Oh, I'm hovering around Match's stuff, like his room, his area. I'm hovering around. I'm waiting for him to get back because I want to talk to that guy. I got something I need to talk to him about.
Just don't touch the bottle that has miniature dwarf written on it.
No, I just go and sit on his bed and like twirl my hair, look around and lay back and flop around and get up and walk in the other room. Like I don't actually get into any of his stuff, but
I got you.
yeah. Generally just act like a bratty child.
Right on. Cool. How about Vale? What are you doing, Vale?
Vale is trying to learn how to not kill anybody. It doesn't come naturally to him. He likes to kill people, so
Man, what did I miss?
Yes. So you are probably working with Brother Tom. He's teaching you how to restrain yourself in this new mode. Being that you are a tabaxi, you can kind of mimic the emotions that it would be when you're when you have turned. So,
Yeah, normally Vale wouldn't bat an eye at killing anyone, but these are children of the orphanage. He's never gone full lichen, and this is going to be a completely new experience for him. So he doesn't want to kill any kids, not this weekend anyway.
okay, or at least not these kids.
Well, yeah, at least not these kids.
Right on. Then we'll jump to matches. Matches, you're up inspecting the builds of all the ships. It's coming along nicely. You have decided to give them your own flair, though. What kind of attachments would you like to add to the standardized ship that would mean it's yours? How would you brand them?
Well, I mean, things that explode, things that burn, and probably I won't go that far. Yeah, I don't know, cannons, flamethrowers.
Okay, the standard fare for matches. I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, but I don't know. Maybe we'll paint some fire on it. Paint some fire on it so it goes faster.
Right, because that's how that works. That's exactly how that works. Put flames
Racing
on
strikes,
anything, it
racing
goes.
strikes.
That's a bonus 50 horsepower right there, just because you paint flames on it. That's right. Cool. All right. Well, you are on your way back then. We'll say you get back on the third day, and what do you do, Matches, when you get back to Karnengother?
Well, I guess I should find my associates.
Amaranth, have you just been sitting and waiting, like in Matches' room, just tapping your foot, waiting for him to show up?
Yeah, like walking back and forth. Like I'll leave and I'll go do some things and I'll come back and I'm like walking around seriously, like bratty child impatient, like.
Right on.
In the interim, while Matches was away, after we finished up with Clarissa, I sent Matches a message saying, "Boy, I don't know what you did, but we just saw Clarissa, and she is ready to kill you."
Oh my God, what has failed done?
Yeah, so if you're coming up on me, then I'll
Yep. My
Are you
shiny
coming to your room?
shoes. Shiny shoes coming down the hallway.
So at that, I kind of stick my head out the door and I look and I'm like, you are just the goblin that I wanted to see.
I'm sorry, I must be on the wrong floor because I thought this is my room.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's why I was waiting for you here. So listen, I need to talk to you about something. So, what exactly did Clarissa promise you when she gave you that book? Oh, don't play.
Which book are we referring? How about you invite me in and we get a little more comfortable?
Well, I mean, it is your room. I'll stand back.
Yes.
Look, she didn't tell me which book. She just said that you made some sort of a deal and that you had to leave some piece of you in return for checking a book out of her tower library. So, what was it? What happened? What deal did you make with Clarissa?
I didn't make any deals. I took a book.
Well, she said that you left something in exchange for the book.
I don't know what that could be.
Well, I can tell you what she asked me to leave when I wanted to. She said she had a book that she wanted to loan me, but then when I was like, oh, sure, I'll take it, she was like, I need you to give me something in return. That is always a trap. Always. So then I was like, okay, sure, here's this magical lantern. And she was like, no, No, I'd like to have a piece of your mind. A piece of my mind. Like, what does that even mean? Did you leave her a piece of your mind?
No.
Okay. Well, she said you had some sort of a deal with her, and I need to know what it was because she has a book that I need, and I'm not giving her a piece of my mind. Also, Vale said something about an ooblex.
Is he still going on about that?
Well, he seemed to think that maybe that's why she made that weird statement.
Oh, that could be. Out of character, am I missing something here? Did I make a deal? Hey, Master, you want to send me a secret tale or something?
Yeah, I'll send you a message to remind you of what went down. Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, just wait.
So
If it's a book I'm thinking about, I took that one. Sorry, I said bad word. She was all like, you can't, this book and blah blah blah. So I'm taking it.
for what it's worth, that's my player recollection as well.
Mhm.
Not that any of the characters knew that. Anyway, so whatever, that's fine. I have a theory, Matches, and I need to run it by you. So I have this theory. I was doing some research because, that's one of those things I like to do, much like you, us intelligent types like to research and read and learn more, right? So I ran across this thing that made me think, well, first of all, Clarissa is a little too forthcoming for being so neutral. So she's probably playing both sides. That alone means we can't trust her. That's the best case scenario. The more untoward scenario, the one that would be worse for us, is that she is manipulating us because something is manipulating her. Now, she can't leave that tower, apparently, and the tower doesn't seem to be able to leave this plane, so has something bound her to her tower and kept her here on this plane, and has therefore got some power over her that perhaps that being may or may not be using against us. And perhaps the other side as well. I mean, there's no way to know, but it just seems rather odd, if you know what I'm saying.
She could be wrong. She has left town before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was inside the meeting in the
I know.
thing.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Um,
We don't know how far away the tower was. She may have a range
Well,
outside a game.
I commend you on your
Yeah.
paranoia and suspicion. It will definitely see to your survival. I like to sharpen my paranoia and suspicion daily.
Which
I don't necessarily trust her. I really don't know what her game is. So far, she has been acting like a neutral agent bound by fixed temporal events that she can't act against. But who knows? It's been my experience and my observation that we've been being played by multiple factions ever since we started this. And as a matter of fact, the only faction that I've ever really been able to put any form of trust in is our own little family here.
I mean, absolutely. And we know the lady's story has her own story, as it were, which is more than a little odd, if you ask me. But this is why I need to know about the deal you made with Clarissa and the book that you got from her, because It might give us some clues as to what her game is. Nobody is a neutral party. Everybody has a goal. Everybody has some sort of interest. If she had no interest, she wouldn't keep talking to us and popping up in weird random places and asking us for pieces of our mind.
Well, I mean, it's possible that she attempted to make a deal with me, but knew that I was too bullheaded to attempt to make the deal, and that she would likely have to kill me in order to prevent me from what I was going to do. So she just let me do it anyway.
Or maybe she always intended for you to do the thing that you did. Which was what exactly?
Well, it is possible that she intended for me to have that book. However, she did not know that I had that book because I did not get it from her.
Well, she said that you had a book of hers. She knew that much. She said she struck a deal with you for it.
Yes, and I have the book, and I still have no strings to her.
What is this book? Can I see it?
I think that you'll have to trust me for the moment.
Well, when you're ready to show me this book, I have a book that I might also show you, but
Really?
know, we would have to share. You know,
Do you mind
children
if you show
sharing
me
their
yours?
toys and all that. Yes. Show me yours and I'll show you mine.
Well, how about just a peek at the cover then? I mean, I've got to know what I'm getting into. You know, I have to rein it in on this. No, just a peek.
Do you have your book somewhere nearby? I did not go through your things for what it's worth. I just flopped on your bed a lot as I got bored.
Did you play with his hat?
No, he had his hat on him.
Listen, this book is very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. Extraordinarily dangerous. And if you should fail in your attempts to comprehend it, it may not give you the choice of whether or not to give it a peace of mind or not.
Well, the book I have is rather dangerous as well. So,
But does your book have the mind of a deceased deity in it?
no, it does not. It has some bound demons, but no deities.
Because mine doesn't either, and I'm wondering if you have that.
It's not the one I have. Fine. You played me. You played me well, Batches. I have a book of demons, okay? It's not the book Clarissa wanted to give me, however. This is a book I found somewhere else.
Oh well. This was bound to happen sooner or later. I'll pull out the book.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. And what you see, Amaranth, is a tome bound in flesh, a squirming face on the cover. It's almost as if it's alive. The flesh is ancient and
I would like to accept the credit that you give me for playing you. However, this book really does have the consciousness of an extinct deity in it.
Deity.
The one. The bad one.
The bad one. That's quite vague, Matches.
The illicit one.
All right, well, fine. So, and then I'll pull the Demonomicon out of my robes and just show it. Be like, Demonomicon. It has some very unique properties, this book. Not that demons and the infernal plane are my primary interest, but
I'm sorry. I don't know if I was being clear. This book has the 11th god in it.
yes, you were being quite clear.
Okay.
I just don't know what we would do with that.
Well,
And I
that's
don't
what I'm
know
trying to figure out.
If you got that from Clarissa,
I did not get it from this.
so this is a book you got some other way.
Yes. And I could be wrong, but so I'm going to try to. Got it in a chest. Found it in a chest at that place.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that was the story.
Yes.
I
you
don't
found it in
remember
a
the name of
chest.
the town.
Got it in the chest of
The town where that
City of
asshole
Fruit
runs that bar.
Yeah, it was the
Where
city
we-
of fruit.
that we burned down, and
Fruit.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Hey,
then,
now,
Before me.
now, Clarissa has laid claim to it as being hers. I don't know. Check the
Check the
library
library card.
Yes, check the spine. Does it have Clarissa's memorial library? Okay.
Is she on the library card as the last person to check it out?
No. Let's see.
all I want to know is why she has some sort of book she said she thought would be of interest to me, and she wanted to have me give her my mind for it. I don't know. I feel as though if she told me that she made some sort of a deal with you, she was either lying or she made some sort of under the table deal with you that you don't even know was a deal that you made.
Well, I mean, a wager was made, a bargain was made, or a trade, however you want to say, was made. However, I never agreed to it. I just took the book. She was going to let me have it for a favor, and I was taking this book.
Well, that doesn't mean she won't show up and ask you for a favor later. Fine.
I'm sure she will.
I
I
would
don't
like,
know, but you know, demons and your mind, isn't that really something you want to do?
I'm not giving her a piece of my mind. That's not happening. Unless it's the form of a piece of mind where I just bless her out. I'm saying that I'm trying to figure out what her angle is. And honestly, you haven't told me anything that has been particularly illuminating, unfortunately.
No, you just weren't listening.
You have a book that has the mind of the Elithid.
No, the illuminating part was she's a neutral agent acting within the confines of some temporal events that she cannot interfere with. That I know for a fact because I did peruse her library and I did find a book, many books on future events. However, unfortunately, I soon found out to this futures, and she does know about them.
What is her angle? Okay. I mean, okay, so she's bound. And we say she's acting as a neutral agent, but I just don't believe that. I don't believe there is such a thing as a neutral agent. Everybody has their angles. Everybody's out for their own gain. But that's fine. We just keep it close to the chest for now. We won't actually tell her that I'm sure she already knows I'm suspicious, but we won't bring it up.
Oh, I'm sure she knows that I'm suspicious. Well, and it would not surprise me if in the end she does do something like fool you, and
Just help me keep an eye out for anything that might explain the situation a little bit better. Oh, and before I go back to my own quarters, by the way, so those people that ran that orphanage that Veil was from, they've enlisted his help to create a new batch of things, apparently. So there's going to be a new batch of werewolves, and he's helping, and so is Toox, and, I
Yes.
said I would too, but, just so you know. And that ritual's coming up in a couple of days.
yes, I never understood it. the
About-
orphanage, the faction that kidnapped them and killed their own kind, forced them, forced them into their indoctrination to become a weapon of their philosophy. But that's what they seem to enjoy.
About this time, Vale's walking down the hallway and overhears a little bit of this conversation and says, you know, if you have questions, all you have to do is ask.
No, Bill, I don't have questions. Remember, I visited the library and read all about it.
Well, all I can tell you is I don't specifically know how I got to the orphanage, but I know that that was the only family that I had after I arrived. They've done some bad things or some things that I didn't necessarily agree with at the time, but they're still family.
Yes, cults and all that.
Family is important.
I don't have any
Survival of the family is important.
Of course. I don't have any issue with it. I'm just saying it intrigues me.
Oh, you know,
And since since we're on the topic, I do need your help with something. It's the same help that Amaranthe is going to provide. So, in a very short period of time, within days now, as a matter of fact, we're going to be putting some new orphans through their adult trials, so that they can officially join the order. And I have been tasked with being their final battle, which they have no hope of winning. I need some help from all of you. This will be the first time that I go all the way, as it were. I don't want to kill anybody, so don't let me kill anybody.
You've never fully changed.
I thought I told you that.
No.
How are you supposed we stopped you?
Whatever you have to do to stop me.
That's fine. That won't be a problem.
I mean, let me do my job. I'm working with Brother Tom on how to control certain things. And because I'm already an animal to begin with, he seems to think that it shouldn't be too drastic. But you know me and how I like to kill people anyway. So
Play with your food.
I like to play with my food, yes. I just don't want to. I don't want to kill these children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you'll force them to join and to be changed.
What other choice do they really have?
It's the way of cults.
Not to join and change? What?
Yeah, I mean, I said I would help. You know, I don't
Choose
agree
their
with
own
everything,
destiny.
but we said we would help.
Yes, of course.
Appreciated.
Families don't always agree.
Very true. Very true. Oh, I'm sure that Mother Sushin could share many stories of times where I was standing in front of her in my youth where we didn't agree. But those are the days of old. Those are days gone by. Water under the bridge, that they say.
Awesome. Anything else here with this? Debating of books, asking for help. Cool.
Eventually, I should attempt to make another attempt at reading that book.
Yeah, you can. Probably wouldn't be out of place for you to be more interested in doing that now that it's come up again in conversation and now others know about it. Perhaps this night you will spend trying to read some more of the book. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything that they particularly want to do other than what we've talked about for the evening?
Not yet.
It's mostly town time, so practicing, building, whatever you're doing, you're in your downtime. Make advancements in that.
Okay.
Stretch. And then the night goes on. Yeah, matches. What were we were using a roll for your reading, weren't we? Or were you just I'm trying to remember how we were doing that? It's been a while.
I think we were doing. Well, I know I had to make saving throws.
That's right. It was saving throws. That's right.
Probably wisdom save,
They
yeah.
were, yeah. I was looking for the notes on the book earlier, and I could not find them right away. But I think, pretty sure it is wisdom. Wisdom shaves.
Wisdom.
So I guess what I'm attempting to do, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've never actually made like coherent contact with the entity inside this book.
Right. You remember you opened it up and the words are kind of swirling and
And it scrambled my brains.
yeah.
Damn, Bill, I set you up. Scrambled my brains a little. You could have hit me.
I know I was busy looking at something else.
All right. Should I go ahead and make the roll?
Yeah, what
I'll
is
tell
it?
you what, I want to make sure like I'm in the room, the doors and all the windows are shut, and I've got to have the candles. I got to have that whole thing.
Oh yeah, you set all that up, sure.
With shrink rays and pistols and everything else all around me at hand's reach.
Just in case something goes sideways.
Yes, because I'm going to shrink this god if it comes out. Light is green, the trap is clean. Should I make the save?
Yeah, go ahead, make your save.
Okay.
The light is green. Oh. All right, a 15.
Ooh, hold on.
So do you have some kind of...
Yeah, that's going to fail. I'll use my flash for genius. Let me double make sure.
trying to find the book.
All right, yeah, I can add my intelligence. I can use one of my flash geniuses and add my intelligence.
All right. So what does that bring it up to?
That is going to bring it to a 19.
A 19 is a pass on this one. Yes.
That's right, because yes, goblins got the brains.
So you're staring at it for a minute. The words are all swirling, and you like close your eyes and just focus really, really hard. Summon all of your internal willpower and turn your brain on, that tiny little goblin brain. And you open
I do
your
calculus.
eyes. Doing calculus.
That's right. I go
Calculus.
Yeah. Cowqueuelas. Calculus. And when you open your eyes, the words are crystal clear on the page. But you hear them instead of reading them. You hear them in a voice, raspy, wispy voice, similar to one you've heard before, but definitely different. The dialect's the same as one of the mind flayers that you eavesdropped on in the Vaults of Awesome Doom not long ago.
Yeah, the undead.
Yes. And as he speaks, it's almost incomprehensible at first, because you're trying to come around to this, what is going on. But eventually, you focus really hard, and you hear it. It's just the same paragraph, basically, over and over. This is all you're able to comprehend right now. Sorry, I got to get my Mind Flayer voice. Oh, yeah.
Hey, man. I'll tell you.
In riddles and words, she tricks thee. She put me here and took my place. Free me. Free me so I may return.
I think that's enough for today. Clink.
Yeah, that's about. And yeah, your beads of sweat have begun to form on your brow as you are a little unnerved by this.
I'm gonna look around because Clarissa claimed that she would be watching me use this book, and if I, you know,
Yeah, you don't see her anywhere. You don't have
And then
a presence
I'll say,
feeling. So.
then I'll just look off into the darkness and say, so I guess you didn't have a problem with that then.
Right.
That means I could do it more. Just not right now.
Make a note of that saving throw. Pass.
19. Put it in my character bio info.
Yeah, just keep track of how many times you save when you're reading that book. That might be important down the road.
You want to keep track of fails too? Because
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, you might as well. Might as well keep track of both of them.
Love it.
All right. Anything anybody wants to do? We're gonna skip. If not, we're gonna skip to the trials. A couple of days away.
I don't think so.
Time skips forward. It is the day of the festival. You know that tonight the moons will be double full, shining brightly over the city of Karnangothar. Lichens throughout the city have been abuzz as this has just been a really special week for everyone. There's a lot of fanfare in the streets, decorations going up. It's not just a holiday for Quran. Apparently there are other gods that are celebrated this double night as well, from all across the lichen kind. And the children are gathered around. Veil, you recognize the ceremony. The rest of you are welcome to hang around and watch or explore the town and the festivities.
I'd wander around, at least until it's time for the trial, because I did say I was going to help. So
Okay.
Yeah. Listen and keep an eye on things. Just because we've heard stuff about this cat paw thing too.
Oh yeah, did y'all mention any of that? Did anybody throughout the last few days mention anything about what you learned
I'm gonna
there
say yes.
to matches?
I'm gonna say yes. That seems important.
Why would you think that's important?
oh yeah, and then the whole thing about Gooseberry wanting to have a treaty talk. We probably should tell him about that too.
Yeah.
Matches is muted.
Oh,
Yeah, treaty talks and evil lichen gods.
yeah. It's like everyone has an evil god.
Well, the lichen god that wants to take over is more evil than Quran, so 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other, you know? The
Okay,
devil you know versus the devil you don't.
So I just
He wants
need
to take over the whole world and turn everybody into lichen.
I don't know that he wants to turn everybody into lichens. I think he wants to just destroy everything.
Yeah, that's more the vibe you got from it.
Well, perhaps there are things that you've neglected to tell me that you probably should.
So about a week ago, while you were up overseeing the construction of new ships, we had to make a trip to the old orphanage and pick some stuff up. And while we were there, I had a nice chat with Sister Verona. She was killed there, and her spirit hung around apparently to protect the place because we had left some important artifacts there. And she gave us some pretty good insight on this Malar character that is trying to unseat Quran and take over on the Lycan world. And bad news. Like, even for me,
I mean,
I'm as chaotic and death and destruction as they come, and like, he scares me.
OSG bad news.
Probably worse. Probably worse. Never thought I'd hear myself say that anything would be worse than OSG, but
Could he be behind the OSG?
I suppose
Pulling
anything's
strings?
possible.
Well, we already know that the Illithids are behind the OSG.
Do we, though? Do we know that?
Oh, yes, pretty much.
Vale is still super skeptical of that theory, even though he knows it deep down in his heart that it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there. How could you be skeptical?
But could somebody be pulling the illicits? Could a
The illicit-
deity be pulling, somebody be pulling a deity be pulling the illicit strings?
Of course, that's possible.
You and I both know that the Illithid will say anything at all. They're like Fae. They'll say whatever they have to say to get you on their side or to make you believe something. So,
Generally pretty
Yeah.
straightforward and logical.
It doesn't feel like something that Clarissa would do, but
yeah.
perhaps it's related to her. Although,
So Clarissa, Malar, other deities, all of the above.
Just kill everything and not worry about it.
oh yes, kill them all and let your gods sort them out.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Toox can take some of their souls, and I'll take their bodies when they no longer need them.
Like I said, I will help any way that I can with those endeavors.
As long as it's not kids.
As long
I
as it's
just
not,
need the world
as long
to
as
get
it's not-
back to somewhat normal so I can show it what true leadership is about.
What is normal, though, Matches? What is normal?
It's a setting on his washing machine for his wonderfully laundered clothes.
What is this washing machine you speak of?
There you have it.
Oh,
If it doesn't exist, it will now.
It's
Matches is
canon
gonna
now.
make sure of it.
damn Matches is like,
Matches is going to
Washing
invent a
machine.
washing machine.
what a grand idea.
I just have my clock.
Tired of beating my cloak against a rock.
I have my clockwork cleaning group.
You're gonna get a barrel, and tie it to a bunch of horses that can walk in a circle. It'll tumble the clothes.
No, that's too simple. It needs to be
See?
much more complex. It needs
Clockwork.
to have gears and chains
Steam and
Yeah.
and bells
Okay, a clockwork washing machine.
with bells.
With bells. Sure. It rings when it's complete.
yes.
When your cycle is complete.
Boy, we have gone down a hole.
Yeah. Oh,
All
we know
right.
what Matches are going to be doing for the next week.
Yes.
All right. Matches not even there. You're like, wait a minute. I thought he was staying there. But he's back on the ship going, it's going to have bells, damn it.
The Artificer Goblin ADHD is turning on.
Absolutely.
And if I can work it, I'll connect it in with the elevated cows in the trees machine.
The cow hoist?
Kill two birds with one stone.
Or two cows with a tree. Whatever. Same difference, right?
2 cows with the same rope.
All right. Well, you all fill matches in on all that about Malar and how evil he is. And did you mention that he was a feline creature?
No, I'm holding that one close to my chest.
Okay.
Unless someone else spills it, I'm not saying anything.
Well, we said his emblem was a cat paw.
I don't think Amaranthe knew any of that. So.
Yes, of course. Why would Veil withhold any information that could be vital to our survival later on down the line?
Nice.
All shall be revealed to you when the time is appropriate.
Yes. Because that always works out.
I'm still alive.
The only one
Yeah, but you
from
seem to have
episode
managed
1.
to get yourself cursed again.
still alive is Veil.
Choices were made, Matches. Choices were made for family.
Well, I guess whoever told you, whatever divine being it was that told you you would never be able to have your curse is pretty pissed off now. So you better watch your back, because that was the price you paid.
I know.
And you stole it from it. So those kind of creatures
No.
usually don't
I
take
would never be
kindly
able
to
to be
that.
cured of my curse.
No, you would never be able to have your curse.
No, I was never
Oh,
going to be able to be cured.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bad
That's
chest.
Rewind.
Womp, womp. Right on. All right. As the day winds down, the festivities have been quite enjoyable throughout the day with funnel cake and corn dogs and fire breathers and stilt walkers. It has been quite the spectacle throughout the city of Karnagather on this
Fascinating invention. Meat on a stick.
meat on a stick, just 5 gold pieces.
Whoa. I did not pay
Okay.
5 gold pieces for mine.
No, 5 copper. We'll say 5.
Yeah, 18 on sleight of hand. I did not pay for mine.
Yeah, you did.
You just killed somebody for it. That's all right.
Backstab the corn dog dealer. I'll take one of those.
I mean that.
Give me
And
your delicious deep fried meat wrapped in corn.
corn. I love
Actually, it was
corn.
18 without any modifiers. What would it have been with?
Are you using your dice tray?
I am.
These dice trays are so
Oh
nice.
gosh, 26 on sleight of hand. Yeah, using my official. Yeah, one of those.
One of those there, Richard Brooks woodworking dice trays. Check them out. They're
Mhm.
so beautiful. Made out of real wood.
That one there is made out of walnut. Mine is made out of cherry.
They're made out of real wood, I promise.
They are made out of real wood.
Do you have any with lightning bolts on it yet?
I do not have any with lightning bolts. No.
No.
Mm-hmm. Then we got to get together on the felt.
Yes, we do.
Forgot about it this week.
You can get your own
At a place.
at Richard Brooks Woodworking website that I put the thing. Maybe I used the wrong activator. Is it exclamation point? I think it's exclamation point.
I don't remember.
It's supposed to be in there. We'll put the link in the description if it's not.
I'll get it.
Or in the chat. You can go get your very own dice tray right now. So the day is quite festivus for the rest of us. And you make your way back towards dusk, towards the temple. And all of the children are gathered in the courtyard. You see 4 young, mid-teenage kind of humans standing there. Mother Sushin and Brother Tom also standing, wearing quite the regalia. You recognize this as the ritual wear veil. And as you approach, they kind of gesture for you to come and stand right next to them.
Mhm.
And they go into the speech about how this tradition has been upheld for centuries, and the whole spiel about how these children are chosen to take the trials. It's a little loud for me. I'm gonna change that to a little
Is
spookier
Oakflum
music.
here?
Oakflum? Yeah, he would be here. He would
Okay.
be here. Kind of in the back. Not
Okay.
really making us notice for himself. And they go on about how this ritual has been a part of the tradition for centuries, etc., etc., and that these 4 children are now going to take the walk, and should they be worthy, they shall be blessed by Quran himself, and will be allowed to take the next steps in the journey of life with more power and knowledge than before. Yada yada yada. Speaking up, talking up all about Quran, the glory of yada yada. So, as that kind of winds down, the sun is just lowering behind the horizon. The 2 moons begin to rise, one after the other. Vale, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that pull once again that you have felt before. And the crowd is kind of told to wait here. The 4 children step forward, and Mother Sushin looks to Amaranth and Toox and matches and said, "Can you please guide them to the start? We cannot be there for this. They have to do it on their own."
Okay.
All right.
And with that, you all take the 4 children out of the
Well,
courtyard. Go ahead.
As I have, I'll ask her,
Yes.
and I'll try to get where they can't quite hear, or maybe y'all go ahead. I'll catch up. Kind of thing. Okay, so to prove that they're chosen, they need to
Pass the
not
trial.
be killed.
Pass the trial. That's all they have to do is pass the trial.
So how do they pass the trial? In other words, if they're killed, then they weren't chosen.
That's not necessarily true. Vale passed, and he's still alive.
I'm just trying to understand. Is Vale supposed to kill?
Well, nothing is really supposed to happen. It's what happens is determined by the fate of Quran. He decides whether they are worthy or not. Should they live, they'll be worthy and be able to carry it on.
And if they don't, then they weren't.
Then they
weren't worthy. They died, and other words,
yes, you could.
they
you could
have
see
to
it that way.
survive. They have to survive in order to carry on with their God.
Yes, on this plane, yes.
So if we stop Vale from killing them, that would not be the will of God.
I'm sure Vale will not need any intervention. Quran will do what Quran sees is needed.
Understood. I just want to respect the ritual here. That's all.
And you see Mother Sushin is just, you can tell she's holding back. She is fighting it very hard. The transformation is beginning to take place. Vale, you feel
I
it.
better not fuck with her then. Let's go.
Yeah.
I see that you're under a little bit of distress. I'll leave you now.
Thank you. And you can see as she, as you turn to walk away, she begins to that transformation. And Vale, you feel it. Your fur just growing long and shaggy, just pushing out of you. It feels unnatural. And Brother Tom, this is having the same transformation start as they kind of wrap their cloaks around each other and motion for you to follow them towards the back of the temple.
Mhm. I
And
follow.
kind of out of sight of everyone. And as you
What about the rest of the people in town? Are a bunch of them changing?
the festivities have pretty much died down, and yeah, the townsfolk have mostly dispersed off into different areas. And you would assume that this being a town of vampire and lichen kind, that yeah, most people are going to be changing throughout the
They've
night.
gone out to hunt virgins.
Yes.
Yes, they've gone on their own hunts. You do know that Lady Story was told to please spread the word to stay away from this area for the ritual, that no hunting would be allowed in the hedge maze. So
Got it.
that way the children stayed safe from, the vampire type and others.
Got it.
Awesome. And yes, you get out of sight and the transformation takes full effect. You are full on werewolf, Veil. Mother Sushin and Brother Tom are leading you to the point of attack.
So,
and matches.
questions.
Yes. Go ahead.
Since this is my first actual transformation, is there anything different about what I can do? Do any of my attributes change?
Yeah. So you will take the attributes of the werewolf for this. All right. Do you have that available? Can you pull
I
that
do.
up? Okay.
Well, maybe I do. Hold on.
Should be able to pull it up in the Roll20 compendium.
Okay. Yeah, I got something.
Represents. I
got it.
Okay, I was gonna token it for you, but if you got it.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right. Off to the woods you go, bounding and pouncing. This is quite the adrenaline rush, quite the thrill for you. You feel something though. You feel something different. Something you haven't felt since you were a kitten. Just this desire to run and pounce. Playful way. You'll see a squirrel or a chipmunk and you'll go to pounce on it. A couple of times, Mother Sushin and Brother Tom will kind of pull you back.
Okay.
Get you to focus, growling at you. And yes, the night goes on, and about the midnight comes, and the children have struggled to make it through the maze. Amaranthe, Toox, and Matches, you all had positions that were you were told to be in these areas, but out of sight, so that you weren't mistaken for prey, because they may not be able to guarantee that you wouldn't be part of the attack, but to make you as safe as possible to get you out of the way. And you step into the clearing, Veil, and suddenly have a flashback.
Okay.
Flashback to a time when you yourself walked into a clearing such as this as a young kid.
All right.
Scared, your friends around you, and you knew that danger lurked, but You had no idea where it would be coming from.
All right.
You sit and wait. You hear the rustle of the trees, footsteps coming through the woods. 4 young children step out, looking a little lost, a little confused. They step out flanked by the creek, and you are just above. There's a little hill, that goes down to the embankment of the creek.
Yep.
At what point do you want to act? You and Brother
So
Tom
how
and Mother
far away
Fusion.
from me are they at this point?
They're probably 50 feet from you right now. And the
Okay,
3 of you have
in-
positioned yourselves around this ridge to kind of make sure they can't escape, right?
Right. In wolf form, I have a movement of 40 feet. So I'm going to let them get in just a little bit closer. And as soon as they are in range, whichever one seems to be taking the lead, that's my target.
All right, take out the leader first. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right. The rest of you, what are you doing as you see these kids step out into the clearing?
I'm watching.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm just watching.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on Veil.
Got a big foam hand with its finger sticking out that says "Go Team."
Does it say Team Lycan on it? Or
Nice.
Yeah, Team Vampire scratched out and like
Team Vampire?
it was from last week's ceremony. It's all I could find.
Awesome. Yeah, so they one of them looks at the others and kind of, it's okay. I think we're clear. I think we made it. They said there'd be a creek, and there it is. All we have to do is get across the creek, and the trials are over. We've tested it and passed. We're safe. Let's make a run for it. And they make a break, taking off, running full speed.
Okay. So as soon as the first one is in range, I am going to do 2 attacks. It says I can do a bite and a claw. So first things first, we'll do the claw attack first. And that's a 16 plus 18. 18 to hit
Yeah,
with the
that'll-
claw attack.
Definitely hits the kid.
Okay, and the damage for the claw is 2d4. 2d4 plus 2, so that's 1. 5. So 5 damage from that. And then since I've probably startled him a little bit with a claw attack, now we're going to go for a bite. And that is a 17 to hit.
That will also hit the kid.
All right, and the bite attack is a d8. I don't have one of those handy. There it is. 7 damage.
7 more damage.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the bite is the only thing that I have to land, right?
Yes.
But they have to make a DC 12 Constitution save.
Ooh, that's a.
And would Vale know whether they've been infected or not?
Probably not. Not right away.
But my only objective is to bite them, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I landed a bite on the leader.
Yeah, you land a nasty bite on him, right? And you catch him as he's running away. You kind of jump towards him, swipe with the claw, you get him across the back. He staggers for a minute, and you chomp down on his thigh, and he goes to ground, passing out from the pain. The other
Okay.
children scream. One of them picks up a club, like a stick off the ground, and swings it wildly at you.
Okay.
With a 15.
That'll hit.
All right. Wow. Rolled pretty good on that. 5 damage from that stick. It must have some sharp edges on it.
Okay.
And he looks at the others. Go! Save yourselves! I'll hold him off. At which point, Mother Sushin and Brother Tom jump down, blocking their escape, growling and snarling. They're salivating from all of this.
Okay.
What about the rest of you? You've all seen what just happened?
I'm still just watching.
Still just watching. Okay. No interventions yet. Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
He's not killing them, so
But we can't interfere. If we interfere, it will not be the will of God.
The two youngers take off running. Mother Sushin and Brother Tom give chase after each of them. But the one, he stands his ground with his stick. He looks steely-eyed at you. Reminds you a little bit of yourself. Unafraid now, staring in the face of danger.
The one with the club, yeah?
Yeah. It's your turn.
Well, okay. So I look down at the one on the ground. He's passed out, you said, right?
Yeah, he's motionless.
Okay. I see the one standing there with the club, and I am going to go after him next. So 9 for the claw attack.
That will miss, actually.
Okay. All right. And then for the bite, that's a 19.
That hits.
All right. So that's going to be that plus that. That's 4 damage.
Yeah, you bite him in the arm that had the club as he kind of spun to miss your claw, and then you bit him right on the arm. And you've got him. You can grapple, like you've got him if you want to hold him in your mouth. He will try.
So right now, and I need to know at what point are we going to know if Vale is going to lose it or not?
So let's do a charisma save.
Charisma save. Okay.
Yeah,
I just rolled a 19, so I have no charisma bonus, so that's a straight 19.
All right, you're holding on.
Okay.
You are holding yourself back.
All right. Now, am I going to have? Should I roll one of these every attack or just every round?
Probably 1 per round, as long as you're engaged.
You tell me when you want me to do it again.
He swings with his offhand and misses. He's trying to push at you and get you away. Nothing happening. You hear the squeal of young people in the distance and a splash in the creek. You all see that one of the other 2 werewolves, you don't know which one it is, has pounced one of the smallest children and is on top of them, growling and snarling in the water, kind of holding them there.
All right. Now I'm supposed to be the one to bite all of them, right? Brother Tom and Sister and Mother Sushin said they couldn't or wouldn't be the ones.
Yes.
All right. So seeing that there's one in the creek, since I still have my faculties about me, I am going to go over there and I am going to attempt to bite the one that's in the water. I'm assuming that they are prone.
Yep. You'll have advantage.
All
They're
right.
prone and grappled, and
So that's a dirty 20 to bite the one in the water.
30-20. Yep, that'll hit.
And oof. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's 9 damage.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, they go immediately unconscious.
Okay.
All the squealing stops.
All right.
Go ahead and roll that charisma save again. It's a new target.
Oof. That's a 7.
All right. In that case, you do not let go.
Okay.
And you rip the arm off of this child, doing another 14 damage as you kind of lose your wits and you just blood is pouring out of the arm socket. You recognize the werewolf on top is Mother Sushin, rears back and goes to hit you with her paw, missing with a 5. Trying to
Dang.
shove you away.
Okay.
At the side of this, what do y'all do?
I'm leaning over to Matches. Well, I believe this is probably our cue.
Yeah. I'm gonna. How far away from us is Veil?
Really want to interfere.
Probably about 30 feet. I mean, y'all are kind of around this ridge around
Okay.
this creek.
Seeing I know he can take it, I'm gonna hit him with a Eldritch Blast, but I've got Repelling Blast with as part of that. So if it hits him, it knocks him back 10 feet.
All right.
Bad. We're interfering in the religious ritual.
It's an
No, he
18.
did his job. After that, that was all which was required.
No, I
For the
double-checked.
religious act.
I double checked with the boss before we came out here.
Does
That hits.
That hits?
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so you're knocked back 10 feet away from the child, but you still have this kind of arm in your
Right.
mouth. Go ahead and make a make a charisma save again right there. Now that you've kind of been zapped with something.
Oof.
Oof.
6.
6. Yeah, you're still in a bloodlust. So, Amaranthe.
Now I am using all of the stats of the werewolf, right? I'm not using my
Yes.
mental
Use
stats.
use
Okay.
the werewolf stats. Yeah, you completely transform. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it were the other way, that would have had a chance. Not so much here.
Amaranthe,
All right.
are you gonna do anything?
So I am gonna go ahead and cast blindness, deafness on Vale.
Okay.
I'm gonna make him blind. So,
That's just what you want. A blind, deaf, bloodlusting werewolf.
oh, he's not
Is there-
really deaf because I get to pick one or the other.
Oh,
I'm blinding him.
Is there a save for that?
Hold on.
And wh-
The save is a Constitution save.
Okay. I got a chance at that one.
Is there any reaction from the mother and father?
15 exactly.
Them interfering in the ritual?
no. They don't seem to take it one way or the other. The other one has done its bite. The child has passed out, and
So there's still one more child out there, though, right?
so you got the one with the club, the
I've
first
bitten
one you
3
bit.
of them.
Yeah, and the other one, the werewolf that you would know as Brother Tom,
Mhm.
is just gonna go ahead and bite anyway. Seeing
Okay.
that you have lost it, he's gonna go ahead and bite, ending this. All
Okay.
right, did you make your save on the?
Yes, I did. You rolled a 15 exactly. Well, 13 plus 2, so 15.
All right. Roll a d6.
C6. 1.
All right. You lock eyes with Mother Sushin, and you can kind of hear her trying to talk you down.
Okay.
She's saying, it's okay. The rest of you, all you hear is growling and snarling. You see this werewolf staring at who you know is Vale and just, growling and snarling. But Vale, you hear it calm. Calm down. Take a breath.
Vale's back is all hunched up and he's just snarling, just
Let's see. She is going. Oh, yeah.
and I am in tune with the blood. I smell the blood in the water from the arm that I ripped off.
Oh, yeah. You're smelling it. Go ahead and roll a charisma save again. She is sweet talking to you.
Oh, that's another 6.
Yeah. This time, however, you feel it start to fade. The bloodlust starts to fade as Mother Sushin walks over to you, on haunches cautiously, and she kind of headbutts you gently. And when she does, you feel that bloodlust, that rage go away, and she goes, there. It's always hard the first time. Let's go find something to eat. And with that, Brother Tom runs over. You, Mother Sushin, and Brother Tom run off into the woods together to go hunt a deer or some other wild animal to actually take care of your bloodlust and feast for Quran. Amaranth.
Okay, that's an 18 on a charisma.
Nice.
As I'm walking away, I was hoping I would be able to do this.
I rolled a 20,
that?
a nat 20 on her charm to kind of calm you down. So
good. So as I'm walking, as I'm following Brother Tom and Mother Sushin away, I'm gonna lock eyes with Amaranthe and just look at her as I'm walking away, and just kind of look back at the body in the creek.
Okay. Fine.
I was gonna say, do we see others coming down to get the 3 which are passed out after being bit? 3?
no, you don't. You don't know how they're supposed to make it back, actually.
Guess I should have shared that with them, huh? Oh well.
Kind of
They're
yell at
smart.
them and go, and you just gonna leave them? As they're walking away.
And we just keep right on going.
Yeah. And they just
Oh.
keep right on walking.
Just let them lie. If it's the will of the God.
Let
they won't
sleeping
get up.
dogs lie.
Exactly.
Fine. Fine.
No. I'm
must
sorry.
say,
I look at matches and I go, I at least give children a fighting chance, and I'll go down and try to check on them and start seeing if there's anything I can do for them.
All right, which one do you go to first?
The one with the arm missing.
Okay.
Well, at this, I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see. Hey, there's 3 of them, right? 3 kids.
There's
total-
4. Brother Tom got 1. Where's the 4th one at?
near the edge of the creek.
Okay.
Are
So they're all
within
right
30
there,
feet of
kind
each
of
other?
together.
Yeah, they're all right there, kind of together. I'd say within a 30-foot radius, sure.
Yeah, and since I saw Toox go down there to help him, and Veil had given me that look, I'm like, fine. Then I'll walk down there and cast prayer of healing.
All right.
So,
I'll walk down there. and
Cooks,
I'll be
give me
like,
a medicine check on the one with the arm.
this was a very telling situation. I think I understand a lot more about these people now.
I don't know much about it. I'm used to just
You know the arm is not where it's supposed to be.
right. It's over there. And
That
he's
arm is
here.
missing.
That
Right.
arm's missing. Yeah, exactly.
I look at Amaranth and go, do you know how to reattach this?
I just kind of shake my head, but I said the prayer. Everybody got 10 points of healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
The three bit children that are have all of their limbs intact, groggily come to kind of sit up. What happened?
Oh, you poor dears. You were bitten by something. You might want to get a shot for that. I think it's called rabies.
Oh no. Oh, bet we failed.
Why would you coddle them, Amaranthe? Tell them the truth.
What, that they have rabies now?
Well, technically, possibly.
Where's Sarah?
Veil is not rabbit.
Where's Sarah?
You're all likely infected with lycanthropy. Thank
I kind of look at him and go, what is the god of Karen? What is she the god of? Or Quran, however you say her name. Their name. Which you've been studying all this time.
Come on.
Did they not tell you?
Oh, sorry. OBS is having the hiccups.
Yeah. Did they not tell you what this god is of?
Yes, but we don't know if we've passed the trials or not, right?
Well, you're
You-
alive, aren't you?
How do we
You've
know if
been
we were
bitten
blessed?
and you're alive. You've been blessed and you passed.
How do you know? Has Quran spoken with you? Where is...
Because you smell like dog.
That's not very nice.
Sakes.
Remember, you're talking to like mid-teenagers, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Where's Sarah? She was right behind me, one of them says.
She may not have passed.
She didn't do as well as you did.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And I moved.
It's all right. It was Karan's will.
I suppose the will of Quran spoken. Didn't make it. She didn't make it.
Did she die?
Yeah.
Okay.
She took
Ah.
double her hit points and damage, so.
But don't worry. She'll still be part of a good army in the future.
You're all more
Should've only had
depraved than
one
I
arm,
had
though.
ever dreamed of.
Right. All right. I think we should probably head back. I'm sure Mother
Actually, I-
Sushin would want to know how we did.
I believe you should owe your allegiance to Amaranthe, as a matter of fact, because it was Karan's will you survived. It was hers.
I was compelled by Quran to heal them. How about that, Matches?
Oh, is that what that was? I misunderstood.
That's okay.
The trial was over. We did not interfere until it was over.
How do you know it was over?
Because
They were bitten.
wandered off.
Yeah, they went to
but-
go get lunch.
And the children are starting to kind of walk away, heading back towards Carnagother, kind of out of earshot of what you're talking about. They don't know, right? They don't know that it's actually Veil, Mother Sushin, and Brother Tom that attacked them. The story is that they are attacked by, or that they will be faced by a creature of Quran, and that Quran's will prove their worthiness, right? So that's the kind of story the kids are told.
Even though it was Amaranthe and Toox his will.
I can see where this is going.
No, we did not interfere. We did not take any actions until after the girl was dead.
No, you shot at Elder's bolt and she tried to blind him while it was coming. You interfered. You interfered with a religious ritual. You stole that value and glory from
Okay,
the
fine.
god that they
I was
worship.
trying to save her soul from my deity.
No, you.
Whatever. It's just
Now
another
we have
old
to scrub
ritual.
the ceiling. You lose, sir. Good day.
Exactly. Because now what have we got? Now we got
Stole
we have
fizzy
to-
lifting drinks, bumped into the ceiling, which now has to be scrubbed and sanitized.
Exactly. You're just a bunch of slug wolves.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
And
Oh, you're
you're
taking
just
this
as
too
bloodthirsty
seriously.
as us, Matches.
You're
I'm
taking it-
sure you would have done something at some point just to get your bloodthirst.
I wasn't going to interfere at all. I was observing.
Oh,
But
you're
we
taking
were
this far
asked
too
to
seriously.
if it went too far, and it went beyond where he wanted it to go, so we did our job.
I just did what Vale asked me to do.
That's right. You did
He's
what
my
Vale
friend.
asked. You didn't do what the mother and father's will was.
I don't really care what their will was. I told Vale I'd help him. I helped him.
As long as we're in agreement, that's all. So this is what I'm trying to say. Is I'm trying to say there's something wrong. There's something wrong here.
Y'all remember
didn't
earlier
say-
in the show when they said families don't always get along?
Yeah.
It's not my
Wait.
fault. I don't know what to tell you,
Yeah.
Memphis.
We didn't say we agreed with the trials. As soon as the trial was over, we took care of the issue.
But why would the father bite the child when it was specifically said that it could only be Vale? Is the
No
father's
idea.
faith in Chiron not strong enough?
Apparently not.
That's
But,
what I'm
you
saying.
know.
Something smells rotten here.
Yeah, it smells like dog.
That kid in the creek?
It will be by sunrise.
Oh well.
Oh, if Vale wasn't, and I just kind of look longingly at the dead body. If Vale wouldn't be at all horribly offended. Okay.
Take it. He won't be offended.
Yes.
If he is, it's his penance.
The Quran doesn't want you to have it, and it will not.
Outside of game, all Vale did was look at you and look back at the body. You don't know what he really wanted you to do with it.
This is true. This is very true. All right. You all bicker all the way back to Karnengother. Amaranthe, are you going to take the body of the dead child out of the creek and take it back with you and raise it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it back with me, but I'm gonna lay it somewhere where they can do whatever they want to do with it, unless they don't want to do something with it. Because,
To make
you
two
know.
toys.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. So you bring it back respectfully and okay.
yeah, and just leave it there.
I'll fill it full of
Semi-respectively. I kind of just bring it back and, like, lay it on the floor in their area. Like, all right, I don't know what you want to do with this.
Fair enough.
If it wasn't one of Vale's, cult members, I would have risen it.
Yeah, so when you get back, the children are already back. They are being tended to by some of the other children and some of the adults from town that have kind of started working there in the temple as not really acolytes, but just helping out there in the orphanage. And they're telling the story of what happened. Talking about how they were pounced upon by the avatars of Quran and how they fended them off and with a club. And, this one he's really hamming it up, telling the story. You all saw it. You all know the truth. But do you let the children have their story time?
Yeah, I just kind of roll my eyes and keep going.
Okay. Well, unless
Can I-
yeah, go
Wait.
ahead.
I'm tempted to have fun with the kid, but I'll wait until he's by himself. Then I'm gonna go around the corner and change myself to look like Vale right now. Just pop out, boo, and pop back around the corner and change back.
As my werewolf self or my Vale self?
As your werewolf self.
Perfect. Vale would approve.
Nice.
Just for tall tales.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's a scream and several of the children run, and as you turn around and duck back behind the corner, how far back do you go?
15, 20 foot.
Okay.
Just far enough to where I can get into a shadow again and change back to looking like myself.
All right. Yeah, and as you come out of the shadow, you see a face kind of peek around the corner, and it's that kid. He's looking, and he sees you
Just look
stepping out of
back
the
at him
shadow.
and go, remember, there are ears everywhere. And then just walk away.
Good lesson. A good lesson to be taught, indeed.
Ron watches you in the shower.
That's kind of creepy. Vale, you and Mother
It
Sushi
wasn't me, it was Toox.
and Brother Tom, you are all out. You find a couple of deer. You feast, unlike you have ever eaten before in your life, on just raw meat. And after a while, your hunger fades and the bloodlust goes away. And the three of you find a nice little area to lay down in and sleep it off. And that night, you dream the most violent, vicious dreams you've ever dreamt in your life, of just running through villages and just swiping people's throats open, and just, they're horrible dreams. More vicious than you could have ever thought of, Euro.
Okay.
All right. You wake up the next day very tired. Luckily, you're a cat, so you don't have to worry about not having clothes, because you're already covered in fur. And you make your way back, I guess, with Brother Tom and Mother Sushin. They are there, already awake by the time you wake up, frying some bacon over the fire. Some of the last of the night's kill. They've built a little fire and they're kind of cooking it up for breakfast.
People bacon.
Oh,
Long bacon.
yes.
Bacon.
Bacon. And you all get back. Toox, Matches, and Amaranth back in the temple or on the ship, wherever you choose to be. The next day, everyone comes back and is acting like as if nothing happened, nothing weird, nothing strange at all. There is a small ceremony for the children, a ritual for the one who has fallen, and they are kind of put to rest. Yeah.
I want to go up to Matches and ask him if he can make me a wooden arm where the hand will just wave and lay back down every now and then.
What?
A little wooden arm, which will like look like it's going to wave and go back down. And just look at him go, you know, like your hat, a nice joke.
This hat is no joke, Toox. This hat is...
The weight of your hat.
Oh. Well, let me see. Let me do the calculations. Let me do the calculus.
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 Calculus?
I love if the game master will let me. I'll make you a hand that does that.
I don't see why not. I will probably live to regret this, but
All right.
Most likely.
It's just going to show up at different spots and wave at Veil.
I'm sure.
You want me to make a tinker's silver roll?
Just a reminder not to lose himself.
Nah, I think you could. You're
All
pretty
right.
skilled enough to do that. It's a little, you got to make a little like squeezer thing on the end of it to where it
Yeah.
makes the hand do that.
And it looks remarkably like a feline tabaxi.
Yeah,
It's even got Veil's, that little birthmark Veil has.
That's not a birthmark. That's a scar from where he got stabbed as a kitten.
Yes.
That's canon, actually. Yeah. So cool. The children are indoctrinated as full members into the Order of Quran throughout their bravery,
Excellent
yada
choice
yada
of
yada.
words.
All that good jazz. Indoctrinated? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they totally were. Now, messages sent for you all to join Lady Story to discuss this treaty speak that Gooseberry has sent a request to discuss the treaty.
Well, this will be interesting.
Good
So, yeah.
Lord, what does Gooseberry want now?
What are his demands for the meeting?
Well, he has sent a list. Basically, everyone's there, everyone from the council. And the request is that you all attend,
Oh, we wouldn't miss this for the world.
and that it will be a peaceful meeting to discuss the surrender of Karnangather and the peaceful transition of ownership of the lands, basically everything southeast of fruiting and to the bastion, basically everything down in your area.
No, I don't think so.
Wait, if I kind of remember, weren't we going to try to do like the enemy of my enemy is my enemy thing with him?
Oh yeah.
Like we're going to try to somewhat partner with him against the alleged things.
That's what we would like to happen. I don't know that we've actually mentioned that to him yet.
Okay.
No, you haven't had the chance. This would be the meeting for that.
Well, there will be no surrender of any territories
Oh,
as long as I'm alive.
Okay.
He can kill me if he'd like to try. We'll see how that goes.
He has tried before.
He has tried before, and here I am.
I don't know that I can agree to be in the same room because if Arthur is there, I might just have to kill him. I can't promise I could be peaceful.
Oh, I've still got my feelers out for information for you for Arthur. So,
Well, he's Gooseberry's lackey, so there's a good chance he would be at this so-called peace talk.
and what better time to ruin him than in front of his current employer?
Perhaps.
Can we make him look like a brown cow?
Let's hope
Probably.
that matches will hang him to the tree.
Yeah, matches
Yeah,
gonna hang him in a
just
tree.
looks up like,
Gotta get
Polymorph
this
other into a brown cow and then hang your
I've got to
enemies
get
in
this one in a
trees.
tree.
I can see it now. Y'all are just gonna go around polymorphing all of your enemies into cows and then hanging them in trees, and that's gonna be the end of this campaign. I can see it.
I had no idea there was so many brown cows.
Didn't know they grew on trees either, did you? Oh boy.
Like there's like the Granny Smith apple. There's gonna be the matches cow, the matches ribs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These were grown in the tree. The professor matches beef.
Remember, Amaranth, remember. I will expose him. Toox will kill him. You can raise him.
I suppose.
And as
Wait,
usual,
what?
Matches just gets to watch.
Wait, what? What are we doing? I thought we were.
Oh,
going
that's right. You missed that conversation. Apparently, Gooseberry
How
has
do you people
a-
do when I'm not around?
Well, we plot and scheme. So,
Well, fine. Fine, I'll tell him.
Okay.
Matches. So, my ex-lover, who got me kicked out of the Order of the OSG back in the day, because apparently they don't like it when you play with dead things. Just saying. He got me kicked out. They took all of my stuff. They didn't let me take any of my books. So then I go and I'm like, well, fine, I'll go play with my own toys in my own cave with my own stuff. And then he tracked me down and destroyed everything I owned. He burned all of the books in my cave. He destroyed my entire army. I was gone for all of like a day, and I came back and all of my stuff was destroyed and I owned nothing. I had nothing. And it's because my ex-lover Arthur decided that he had to, a decade later, try to track me down and ruin my life.
so I motion to Toox and we are going to help Amaranth get some revenge.
You had me at he burnt my books. Kill that motherfucker.
Oh, we're not just going to kill him. We're going to turn him into the first of her new army.
Exactly.
I like it.
Toox can have his soul, and I will take his body, and I will do all kinds of horrible, untoward
Whoa,
things
whoa, whoa,
good
whoa.
that he would not agree to.
And I am going to make sure that before he dies, his name is utterly ruined amongst the OSG.
I approve, and I'm sure I will be thoroughly entertained.
Well,
yeah.
this has been very interesting. So I take it you're going to the meeting.
Oh, yes, I am.
Good.
We
I
can't,
can't speak for my
guarantee,
friends, but
Well,
I
I mean
am going.
that may make it a little bit and I know, Vale, I hate to use the word negotiation, so I won't, but it may make it a little difficult to do the whole enemy of my enemy is my enemy thing if we do it right then.
Oh, no. It will, again, proper time.
I mean, at least wait till he goes to the bathroom or something.
Proper time.
We'll wait until he's taking a pee poo.
So while we're on this topic, and if you want me to wait, that's fine. But has Vale's put out feelers to all of the people that he knows that would be in any kind of position anywhere that could gain information on Arthur. Has he heard anything back yet?
Only that Arthur is traveling the land. Like, nobody really knows where he is. He's traveling with an army, basically.
Traveling with an army.
Living or dead?
Oh, living. He's with the Order of the Sacred Grove, so.
Well, he didn't take too much after her.
No.
Obviously, you all can use whatever you need, but I believe you know where the Bastion is, and you have friends there. And it's not a far travel. I imagine you can get there and back in a couple of days. A day there.
Oh yeah.
Great. He sent this message from the Bastion, so he awaits you there.
He is. We didn't know in advance he's there. Okay.
He's there already.
Yes. That's what the letter says. By the time, and she reads it, by the time you receive this message, I will be awaiting your arrival at the Bastion of Ashix the Dire, a neutral location from centuries for peaceful talks and treaties.
I am going to send a message to Clark asking for any intel on Gooseberry's whereabouts in the city. Has he been up to anything obvious?
Yeah, you get a message back from Clark that's basically, no, he's here with a small personal guard detachment, awaiting your arrival. Nothing unusual.
Okay.
Harry's keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
You have a pretty good guess as to who Harry might be, but all right. So y'all ready to head off to
I'm ready. Let's go.
Are you gonna teleport with the scroll or hoof it on
Do
foot?
we need an airship? Admiral.
You could take one.
When do we not need an airship?
Do we need an entire attachment of airships, Admiral?
I got a question. What all's at the Bastion that is of importance?
The Bastion itself.
Yeah, so
I
the
guess.
Bastion of Ashix the Dire is an ancient school of samurai that has been used throughout the centuries as a neutral location for negotiating treaties and peace talks. It was the site of the first treaty of the Great War some 600 years ago. And Clark, the Aarakocra samurai, once finding the Bastion, chose to remain there to become the new caretaker.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to bring in full attachment of airships to turn into full bombardment of said land. Is
Well,
that a
this
good
is
or
our-
a bad thing?
This is our land. We wouldn't bombard.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Well, we have, but there were people on the land that really shouldn't have been there. So
And that's the current state. There's somebody there which shouldn't be there.
But there are also people there that should be there. So there's a mixture.
Oh, let's just take the one. How about that?
Fair enough. All
And
right.
have the rest on standby with weapons armed.
Mm-hmm.
Take an airship and also arrive secretly at the same time to check things out.
I mean, we could.
But splitting up's not always good either. We know what happens when that happens.
Indeed.
Well, don't you have somebody in your army matches that can fly this ship?
Well, there were you, and then oh no, we do have, don't we?
Yeah,
there's people.
you've trained several people to fly it.
Yes, sure. Commander Joe can do it.
Well, isn't the one group still there?
Wait, isn't he a vampire that has a Eat at Joe's buffet every Friday night?
Now it says pee poo at Joe's.
That's
Yeah.
what happens when you eat too many
Wait,
vampires.
hold on. I missed this.
That's
No,
what happens when you eat
That's
too
what
many
happens when
vampires.
the diner closes. It turns into like this.
Is it a vampire nightclub, baby?
Isn't the
Yeah,
Sort of.
guest still on the ship? And can't they fly it?
Yeah, whatever happened to the gift? Are they still around, or did they?
You left most of them with Will Whitesoul,
Mhm.
and
I
then you
guess
kept
I
a
need to know
small
what-
group of them with you. I think there were 10 of them that stayed with you, and the rest went with Will Whitesoul.
Okay.
And head guy?
What about Neris?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neris.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of his name.
Neris stayed with you. Like
Okay.
he's basically leading the troops and all of the
Okay. So he could fly
army
the ship.
training.
He could.
Yes, I mean, what are you getting at? I guess that's.
No,
Well-
that's what I was asking.
I think
I
I
couldn't
feel the
remember
beat
who.
that he's laying down. I think Toox may have an idea here.
Absolutely. I
Bring
agree.
the ship in from one side, and we come in stealthily
Wait,
without
Toox has-
arrive without being known.
hold on. Did I
See
miss?
the reaction?
But did I miss? What did I miss here? Is the
No.
Bastion in trouble?
Oh, the Bastion is most definitely in trouble as far as I'm concerned. There are members of the OSG there.
Oh,
We're
there
trying-
are.
Yes,
trying
they're
to get us to-
waiting for us.
Giving away our lands. That's where he wants
Oh.
us to meet him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I got you.
Gooseberry's there.
I got you. Yeah, okay. That's
Maybe
fine.
Arthur's
Yeah,
there too.
Yes, I imagine he is.
I got you. And you know what? Let's take another airship. Let's take one of the ones that we took from them,
Good idea. Good
and it'll be
idea.
shiny.
with their markings on it.
No,
No,
Their markings will have a big red X through it, and then our markings will be right below it.
There
no,
you go.
I was thinking they would think it. If he's not outside, they would think it's reinforcements coming in.
I was, I don't know. Maybe that might interfere with negotiations. Look at what we got from you.
What is there to negotiate? We refuse to give any land up, and we're not going to.
Well, we don't
Well-
really need to negotiate. We just need to tell him, look, Gooseberry, this is the way it is.
We just need to show up.
Right.
This is the way it is. And if it's not the way it is, then we are just terribly misunderstanding the situation and we need to kill you now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just need to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that it may not be the right time.
Yes. Let's go. We'll bring that ship and that one.
So are we going to
And
go
we'll
in?
sneak in from this way.
Vale, were you planning on teleporting us in once we got close? All right.
Yep, since I've been there before, I can go there anytime I want.
You teleport us to the Giants' apartment.
Exactly.
And they'd be like, what's up, Giant? What's up, buddy?
Well, straight to your friend's room.
That might not
No.
be appropriate.
Might not.
All right.
Maybe.
I didn't say which friend.
Boarding the airship and flying away. You get outside the bastion. You see no armada of ships. You see no fleet. You see a few horses being grazing out in the pasture outside the stables. Several people wandering the grounds. You know, you can see all this from a distance. You find a landing spot, or you come in stealthily, whichever way you wish. I'm going to give you the lay of the land before you make that decision.
But I think it's time for the
Oh,
army to take a quick.
Is it time for a quick break?
It's time for a quick rest. And a meal. And a pee-poo.
I was waiting.
Is that for the characters or for the players?
The characters.
Yes.
So y'all want to leave out in the morning and take a short rest tonight before you leave, and then.
But also the players need to get some more water.
Well, then why don't you say I need to take a break instead of being all crypto? It is actually break time. We've been at it for 2 hours, so let's take a quick break.
It's well past break time.
No, it's not. We didn't start till 7:20.
Well, we were supposed to go live at 7, so.
Well, that's not my fault. Actually, it kind of is. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Nope, that's not your fault.
Not at all. It's OBS's fault. Blame
That's right.
OBS. We'll be right
It's
back.
always OBS's fault.
Welcome back, everybody. It's us, the United Adventure Company, back live with you for part 2 of episode 2, season 3 of Welcome Home, a new class, as we get ready to take a journey to the bastion of Ashix the Dire to sit down face to face with Mr. Willem Gooseberry and company to negotiate perhaps a treaty to stop all this warring and fighting. Our characters have taken a rest this night before they take off. Do y'all hear dog? Can y'all hear him?
Nope.
No? Okay. He's being
I can
annoying.
see his tail.
He's being annoying.
You can see his tail wagging in out of the bottom corner of the camera.
Yeah, he's over there. Every once in a while he'll get into the camera.
You have a green sock, just put a green sock on his tail.
Yeah, and then they won't show up.
That's true. It won't show up. He wants pets, but I'm busy. So you jump on the airship the next morning.
Yep.
And I can't believe y'all can't hear that.
Oh, I heard that.
I heard it, yeah.
Oh, we can hear him.
Okay. And away you go. Dun, 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 dun. Flying to the bastion of Ashix the Dire in your airship, liberated from the Order of the Sacred Grove. What approach are you making?
From this way, and then we come this way.
Okay.
Right?
Up, down, and around. I got you. Up, down, and around. Right on.
From this way, and then we come this way.
Yeah. Kind of circle around and make
Right.
sure he knows we're.
Uh-huh. Okay, now that he's gone. Oh, he's back.
Sorry. Dog was doing a thing.
Mhm.
Had to let him out. All right.
I heard the harbor bell go off.
I heard that too. Are you on a ship?
Apparently.
All right. So landing and just walking in, or I mean, you're obviously expected. You're obviously expected. So
I mean, we've gotten to the point where we can see that there's like no visible threat, right?
yeah.
All right. I say park this bitch right outside the front door and just walk in like we own the place, because I mean we do. So
Well, you should never refer to a lady. This beautiful lady. Let's park it.
Nice.
Just didn't think we needed to go there this late in the game.
All right. You land, and out on the front is your friend Clark, standing there to welcome you, along with some other folks, probably from the nearby village that stayed around when all of this hoopla started, and some were fleeing and some stayed. These are some of the folks that stayed. You may recognize them.
Mhm.
And Clark
Is the
greets you
giant still
fondly.
here?
yeah, the giant's still here.
Yeah, Harry's
That's Harry.
still here.
Oh, that's Harry. Okay.
Yeah, that's Harry.
He's still
What's up,
living in the
Harry?
basement. Clark greets you fondly, welcomes you, my friends. Come, let's take a load off. Tell me about your travels. There's a feast planned tonight for you all to have a conversation. Here are the rules.
Oh, there's rules?
Oh, that's right. This is like a neutral zone.
Yes, matches. That is correct. This is a neutral zone, and this site requires your participation in this to be upheld to the long-standing traditions of peacefulness and respect for one another. So you all will be in the East Wing, while the delegation from the Order of the Sacred Grove will be in the West Wing. You shall not proceed to the West Wing for any reason. If you're caught there, the negotiations will be seen as forfeit, and well, that just isn't a good thing for anybody. So let's just not go there, okay? And
Fine.
Stay on your side.
Yeah.
Remember how they
Fine.
painted the line down the center of the rooms, and you had to stay on your
So
side, and Josh had to
is
stay
there
on
a
his
center
side?
section to where we can intermingle and slap heads?
Yes, the meeting will be tonight in the dining hall. That will be a place where this will occur. There will not be any weapons allowed in the dining hall from either side. So please leave them in your rooms or on your ship. Otherwise, if you need anything, just let the staff know and they will take care of it for you. Any questions?
Which room is Gooseberry sleeping in? I need to know that.
Oh, I forgot. Toox has.
Can't
Toox
tell
has
you
Black
that.
Razor.
I just wink at Clark, you know.
Now, Vale, I know we're friends, but I can't give up that information. I would be violating my oath.
Was worth a try.
No. Don't worry, Vale. We'll know.
He brings somebody named Arthur with him.
I'm not sure of the delegation's names.
Okay.
Would you like me to find that information out for you?
Yes,
Yes.
we will gladly supply a list of the names of our delegation, and we would request that the full list of delegation from the OSG is also provided
I
in
believe that
the
is
spirit of forthrightness and openness.
Don't hurt yourself, Vale. You're trying too hard.
Oh, I've grown so much since we last saw each other.
Yes, you have. You're quite round. But yes, I believe that is fair in the spirit of the conversation. I believe that is a fair request. I shall make it so.
So you know me. You've met matches before. This is Amaranthe, and this is I believe you've met Toox before as well. Maybe just in passing. Neris is on the airship.
Oh, wonderful.
And we do have a small detachment with us to operate the ship, obviously.
Is Brata on the ship with Neris by chance? It would be great to catch up with Brata.
You haven't heard.
No,
I
news
thought-
doesn't typically come here unless it's needed to.
Brata, well, maybe you should ask Gooseberry what happened to Brata.
Was she slain in battle?
Indeed.
That is how she would have wanted to go, for sure.
So people keep telling me.
I shall say a prayer for her tonight. She was a wonderful warrior.
Indeed, she was.
I named a fort after her.
Wow,
It's true.
quite the honor to have a fort named
It's
after
true.
her.
It's true.
That is excellent. Quite worthy of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was the same fort where she was killed, and we stole the fort from the OSG, and we decided to make no other honor than to name it after her.
Now, Vale, see, I didn't need all that information. You always go just one step too far.
I'm a
always
little
have.
bitter still
I can tell.
about.
Yes. Apparently. We'll show you to your rooms. Yes, I apologize. My apologies. Here, let's show you to your rooms.
I look at Vale and go, did he come from the orphanage too?
Yes.
So
Clark did.
The other night, how was your night the other night?
Clark. Clark wasn't bestowed with the gift.
No, sadly, Karan chose not to bestow the gift upon me. I had other things in the world that I must take care of, apparently. Like this bastion. This was my calling.
That is interesting. What I've learned so far.
Not everyone that goes to the to the orphanage turns out like Vale.
They only hope
Yeah.
to.
That's probably a good thing. All right, matches.
Yes, I'm beginning to understand it all now. Or let's just say I'm getting a clearer vision of faith and things of that nature.
Very well. Well, here you are. Here are your rooms down this hall. Each of you have your own room. Please enjoy it. There is a bell on each table. Should you need something, ring the bell, and an attendant shall come and take your list. I will take your
Bells.
names and provide them to the other party, and I will return a list of names to you should they provide.
Once he leaves, I look at Vale and go, is there magic warding? Is there any warding on this place?
I couldn't tell you. I don't think so.
Well, would we like to know if Arthur is right with Gooseberry? And maybe which room or what Gooseberry's doing?
Yes, I would like to know that, but Clark has no reason to lie to me.
Okay,
So
we'll wait.
let's see how the list comes back to us, and then we'll make a decision from there if we have to.
All right. A little while goes. Do you want to do anything? I mean, you can explore the bastion if you want. There's not much to it. It's more of like a library and
Any any mud feet running around?
a couple mud feet outside.
Hey, Matches. Look, your fan club is here.
The filthy little things.
They weren't that bad, really. They were fine. They've helped us so much.
Yes, they have had their use, haven't they?
I turn to Amaranth and I go, he really loves these. He really loves these folks. He has a passion for them.
Doesn't he still have a couple miniaturized in his room for play?
Probably yes.
Oh, okay. That's disgusting.
A little while goes by, and one of the attendants of the bastion knocks on each of your door, handing you a scroll, and says, "Your request has been granted. Here are the names of the counter delegation."
Any names that I or we would recognize?
Probably not. Monlora Renoth, Gerlin Arnaldi, Baldwin Vandervlod, Munster Monty, and Hitch Maynard.
Hitch Maynard.
Something doesn't feel right with that name. It's not as grandiose as the others.
Hitch Maynard.
Did Arthur have
What name is that?
Yeah. Did Arthur have a pet name or something he liked to use?
No, he was always very straight-laced, and it was always Arthur. You couldn't call him Art, or Artie, or A, or anything like that. He was very straight-laced.
A surname?
Last name was Lucerin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, none of these names are him, and it wouldn't be
Yeah.
his style to be under a
Per
fake
se.
name anyway.
I would like what was the name of the rogue that we came in contact with at the fountain where the healing water came from? What was Kylie? I'm going to message Kylie and ask if they can provide any information on those. Was it 5 names or 6?
5 plus gooseberry.
Plus
so
gooseberry.
6.
Okay. So rattle off the 5 names with emphasis on Hitch and say, do you know anything about these folks? Hope you're well. Still.
Well, haha. See what you did there, Vale. A while goes by, and yes, they're all lords of different lands in the Order of the Sacred Grove, except for Hitch, unknown.
Unknown. Okay. Like nothing known at all.
Yeah, he's unknown.
Okay.
Basically, she has no intel on him.
Okay.
Perhaps he's from the dwarven city of Anvil.
Anvil.
I had to throw that out.
Hmm.
Pun of the week, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Track down everybody else from the party and say, I got some intel back on the names on the list. All of them except for one are powerful people in the realms controlled by the OSG. They're all lords and ladies, except for this one. Nothing is known about this one.
Well, I mean, we've had our suspicions of that name, right? So, unless we're going to break the rule of neutrality here, then I guess we just have to wait and find out.
At that, I'm gonna kind of look over at Toox.
Mm-hmm.
They won't know whether or not we've broken that promise, will they, Toox?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Now, we're not supposed to physically go over there, correct? They didn't say we couldn't use other means to check on them. Right? So we're not breaking neutrality.
I mean, I'm sure it was implied, but they never explicitly said so, so...
And it will answer another question if there's any magical wards on this place.
That's also true. Can you turn into a flying creature? Can you fly over there and look in the windows?
No, but I can scry.
Okay.
And I have first-hand knowledge because we met Gooseberry of him. So that gives me a +5. So it's a spell DC of 21.
Okay. Give me just a second to pull his character sheet.
Yep.
What is the
My spell casting is charisma. I don't know what that would be on. It doesn't say. It just concentration. Divination, self, description, which is all there. It doesn't say which. Yeah. Spell saves.
wisdom?
DC.
A wisdom save.
Okay.
Yep.
With a +5 because of first-hand knowledge of the person.
Wisdom save. Oh, good. I got
Wow,
plus
and
10 to that.
Your DC is
Dirty 20.
Not enough.
A 16 plus a +5 is 21.
So he
Okay,
failed.
so he fails.
Okay.
By 1.
Okay. All right. So we can watch him for 5 minutes.
Well, that's
if it works.
But she's taking a long hot shower.
I think last time he was sitting at a desk.
It doesn't seem to work though. You know you did it right. You can feel it working, but you're not getting anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can see things like, but everything is very blurred. There's something obscuring the sky.
Yeah. Okay, there's some type of magical
It was worth a shot.
wording or something going on.
It was worth a shot. Thanks for trying.
Yep.
Honestly, I would have been very disappointed if it would have worked. I mean, this place has been a
Evidently, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
neutral
Right.
ground for many years.
I look at Vale and I go, actually, no. Well, no, it won't work. I'm trying to figure out. I need to figure out weapon issues because we can't carry none. Can I call forth though? Weapons. We'll see what happens in necessity.
They asked us to leave our weapons on the ship or in our chambers. So
I'm gonna leave it there just because I have the ability to call it, to bring it forth at any time I want.
Okay, fair enough. A great gong rings several hours later. You've wandered the grounds, made acquaintances with some of the staff, viewed this beautiful building. And a great gong rings. There's a knock on your doors.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, did that not make it in? I guess it didn't. Shucks. I was going to put the map in, but I guess I did not get it put into Roll20 in time. I got the other ones in, but you can get that one in. Oh well. No worries. You head to the center chamber. You are led there by the attendants, the samurai in training, if you will, of the Bastion, Ashix the Dyer. They're all wearing very formal wear. Almost formal armor, but it doesn't look functional. It's definitely for an event. They lead you down a hall. You meet in the entryway with the delegation from the Order of the Sacred Grove. All of them wearing very nice, formal wear as well. You all were not instructed to wear anything fancy or nice. So assume you're just wearing your common clothing and armor that you would normally wear.
Yep.
Okay.
Except for Matches' hat and shiny boots.
Well, yeah, of course. And Matches, are you leading the group? Or where are you?
Absolutely.
In the front, it is. Leading the group.
Absolutely.
And I am right behind him.
Yeah. And you all recognize Gooseberry from seeing him before when you scried on him and descriptions that you've heard of the man, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He is in the rear of the party. And there's a long feast table set. Tons of food out. And there are 11 chairs. No, 10 chairs. Sorry.
Okay.
6 on one side, 4 on the other, spaced adequately apart. There is a raised dais on the far end of the room where Clark stands, awaiting the entry. The large doors close behind you gently, but you hear them, a solid thud of the wood hitting the stops on the hinges.
I would like to position myself directly across from Gooseberry.
Okay, easy enough. Easy enough. And as you all kind of find your seats, Clark says, okay, everyone, we have gathered here today to discuss peace and tranquility in the land. As we do this, please keep in mind, you may have to give up things that you would not like to. You may have to make sacrifices, but it is for the greater good of all. This is not about you and your own people. It is about the realm. Everyone will be impacted by the decisions made at this table today. Should we walk away with an agreement or not, everyone will be impacted by what happens here today. You speak not just for yourselves, but for your entire realm. A blind draw will now be given to see who goes first. You want to flip a coin? Who wants to do the honors?
I'll have a coin.
Or
I'll
can
call
flip.
it.
I can flip a coin and y'all can call it. So
I'll call it.
It's
Oh, heads.
heads and tails. All right.
All right.
That was not a flip. That just fell off my hand. So I wanted to get my camera so that. Uh-oh.
Oh no, there it went. There it is.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Fancy.
Can you all see that?
That looks like tails.
It is a tails. So they ought to go first, having won the toss. The meal begins. Clark leaves the room. The doors close. It is just the 10 of you in the room. And Gooseberry does the introductions of his entourage. This is the first step, and says, we appreciate you coming. As you know, we don't have much time, so we'll get straight into this. These are all lords of the lands around our realm.
All of them?
No, but they speak for those who couldn't be here today. And we know that you speak on behalf of your side of the realm, so let's just get down to it, right? We don't want there to be any more killing. We really are tired of the killing, and
Well, I would be tired of the killing too if we were decimating. If our side were completely decimated daily.
yes, please allow me to continue.
Sure.
What we are asking is not a lot. It is simply that you cease and desist all aggression and return all the lands that you've thereby taken from us. In return, we shall stop the aggressive defense that we have put up since your bombardment and unwarranted arson of our fair city, the city of Fruiton. That was uncalled for.
And I lean over and I kind of lean into Veil. That was y'all. Y'all did that?
Yeah, that was us.
Good job.
Thanks. It was pretty impressive.
And he kind of looks. Yes, Amaranthe. I wish it was a pleasure to see you again, but
Hopefully it has suitably soured your day.
I will have to speak to Arthur about this. Yes, but this is
Objection.
He failed.
This is yes, exactly.
Surprise.
This is not the time to hash out those old things. So you are correct, Mr. Matches. I'm sorry, Admiral Matches. That should be an objection, and I yield the table to you all now. Do you concede these?
I mean, I feel like I have authority to speak here. Is there anyone that opposes?
I mean, I have stuff to say, but by all means, please.
I will absolutely yield some time to you,
Yes.
Professor. First off,
Both, yes.
we agree to nothing right now because we have been defending ourselves from an aggression started by you all when I was still a child. As I recall, it was your people that came to my home and attacked us unprovoked. We were simply living our lives. So there will be no agreement right now. We may come to an agreement at some point, but there will be no agreement carte blanche.
Understood. Yes. I see there's still some anger there. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no anger. I am not angry. You have yet to see me angry.
Yes.
And taking children and forcing them to do your will
I
and
see
training them for your will. Except for not all of them like to hang around and do your will.
Well, that sounds familiar.
You mean, they're free to leave, but I believe, Vale, the incident that you were speaking of is the one that was led by your old roommate, in fact, Josh.
No, I'm talking before this, and I pulled the one seeing stone that we got in our very first encounter.
Yeah.
With the OSG, with the 2 or 3 of them were just lurking around outside of the orphanage years ago now. Myself and my friends, while we were still yet children, were walking through the woods at our orphanage, and we were attacked by members of the OSG because they knew what we were. We provoked no one. What? You and your order made the first move against innocent children.
What? No, this can't be. What? No, surely, no. Someone.
Are you implying, Mr. Gooseberry? Are you implying that as the leader of the Order of the Sacred Grove that you don't know what your order is even doing?
The order operates under strict command. If there were some rogue agents that went off and did their own thing, then that is perhaps what could have occurred. But there was no order to attack anyone at the orphanage. Now, you must believe me. We have strict rules about engagement. There has to be a reason, and just because you are isn't the reason.
The reason was your operatives looked through this little stone and saw that I was a lichen. That was the reason. That was the reason. And in defense, I slit their throat.
It does happen. Is this true? Can you all find out?
Can I do an insight check to see if he is?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna fail it, but here we go.
Oh yeah, you failed.
Sounds legit to me.
He I mean, you think he is legitimately, like, I don't know. Amaranthe, you know him a little bit better as well, and he is definitely caught off guard by this. He had no knowledge of this, or at least he believes it.
So you're saying that you have a rogue faction inside the OSG? Oh, how delicious. I find it quite amazing that you, all-powerful Gooseberry, wouldn't know that you have somebody operating within your ranks that you don't control. Oh, that's amusing.
We have had the thought that might be occurring, but we never had any evidence, and this just brings evidence to it. We'll have to find out who they were and who they were working for.
Oh, I think I know who it was.
Oh?
And who they were working for.
Yes.
And I look at Amaranthe and I go, who was after you?
Who was after me? Well, it was Arthur.
And perhaps Arthur got a little bit too big for his boots and decided to take matters into his own hand. And
power was always something that Arthur desired. As a matter of fact, that was his primary ambition. That's why he threw me under the bus.
How well do you know this Arthur Gooseberry?
Arthur Gooseberry?
No. No. Don't play coy with me. I eat koi for breakfast.
Obviously, yes, you do. Yes, my apologies, Phil. He is one of the generals of my armies. He, I know him. I don't know him well. He follows orders well.
So he does the things that you ask him to, but is it also positive that he does things that you don't ask him to?
I mean, a man doesn't only do what he is instructed. Surely there are times he
isn't that the truth?
Does things on his own.
Does bring me to my question, which is, did you send him to attack me?
No. His mission was to find out your whereabouts and report back. What are you saying, attack? He attacked you? You look well.
He destroyed everything I own. Burned my entire library, as a matter of fact.
Why would he do that? That is not at all what we instructed him to do. His instructions were clear. Find your whereabouts and convince you to return to the Order of the Sacred Grove. We needed you. He reported that you weren't there and that he could find no trace of you. That's what he reported to me.
He could find no trace. Of course not. He destroyed any trace of her that there was.
This is most disturbing. Cannot have this within my ranks. Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. I will deal with this matter as soon as I get back to Casto. He is
Or you could
visibly
let us
upset.
handle it.
What?
You could
I
let
would
us
not
handle
work with you. Why would I work with you?
it.
This is a matter of discipline and order. Cannot allow it to
Well,
be.
that's exactly what he says. Well, that's exactly what the operatives that we've always encountered say, is that it's a matter of order, that they're trying to restore order.
Well, yes, that is our mission. That is what our gods have put
What
us here
does
to
that
do.
mean? Does it mean wiping out entire orphanages full of children? Does it mean wiping out anyone who thinks or acts differently than you do?
No, not at all. It means maintaining the delicate balance between chaos and order, between the two ends of the spectrum that keep the fabric of time from spinning out of hand. You must
That sounds really good. But I can tell you firsthand that that's not what's happening on our side of the water.
Why ours either? Why do you think that we're having to defend ourselves? And you attacked a fort where we were just building ships for no reason.
We attacked your shipbuilding yard because those ships were being used to decimate people on our side of the water.
Took out an entire dwarven complex. Or design.
Matches. Do you have something to add?
Isn't it not obvious what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
For so long after the Great War, there was peace. And then all of a sudden, there was war. About the same time that it's obvious, and I've been screaming it from the...
What are you saying, little
are
one?
here. The Illithid have infiltrated your group. They've quite possibly infiltrated our group.
Illithid? What are you...
The
Illithid
Illithid
have been gone for hundreds of years. They're banished from
Oh,
this
no,
world.
they have
Illithid
not.
are
They
the
are
ones-
here.
And I'll say, and as Toox pointed out, okay, the Illithid are the ones who have the OSG that attacked that dwarven village. So maybe your Arthur is involved in it.
Maybe he's the one being controlled by them.
Now there is a possibility.
So you're trying to tell me that the Illithid, banished from this realm, have somehow managed to come back and are somehow controlling the minds of people under my very nose? I
Yes,
think I would know.
because they
Not-
weren't all banished.
Exactly.
What do you mean they weren't all banished? Of course they were all banished. It's all there. It's all in the history in Casto. You can read it in the library.
They
Have
were
you
not
never
all
found a
banished.
book which was not accurate?
And do you not see the vessels that we have flown in on? Some of those, specifically, if we can see it from here, that one, you should be able to see completely as an elliptic ship.
But it's not unheard of. There have been ships found. It's
Yeah, but they usually don't work unless there is a reason for them to work. What if I could guarantee you that there is at least one illithid on this plane today?
I'm listening. How would you do such a thing?
Have you ever heard of the vaults of Awesome Doom?
Fairy tales, yes.
Nah, not fairy tales.
What do you mean?
There is at least one illithid in the vaults of Awesome Doom. I have seen them with my own eyes. They have gotten into my mind, amongst other people's.
What?
They're here and have been ever since the Great War. You and your armies, well, the armies of the Great Order of the Sacred Grove, weren't as successful as they thought they were. Do you still trust, do you still believe in the warriors that once fought by your side, the Githyanki?
The Githyanki were decimated in that war. All but perhaps 50 were known to have been dead.
I pull out the scroll and I say, Neris, your presence is requested. Please come inside, and we will have you brought to the room where we're meeting.
Neris. Why does that name sound familiar to me? Neris. See, I think you are also have a bit of misinformation. You see, the Order of the Sacred Grove are not the ones that dispatched the illithid from this realm so many years ago. We were set up afterwards to ensure that such a thing never happened again. By maintaining the order and the balance, the illithid will never be able to get grasp on things again.
Okay, that I will go along with. When I said that the Order of the Sacred Grove wasn't as successful as they've once thought they were, may have been an over-exaggeration. Yes, you are correct. The Order was set up after the illithid were banished from the realm.
That's correct.
And one other question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have a question as well. What kind of information have you been getting from Clarissa?
Clarissa?
Mm-hmm.
Do not know of this.
Oh, you know, the magical woman that floats around in the tower, showing up randomly to give...
Amaranth, your stories always were quite wild. I tell you, you had me going for a
Insight
moment.
check.
You're hilarious.
Insight check. I got a 16.
He
I
is
did as well.
he is genuine in this and laughing.
He doesn't know who that is.
It's because they've been played. That's what I've been telling. That's what I've been trying to say.
Oh, yes. I mean, that much was obvious. I just was curious what kind of a presence she may have had in all of this, if any.
And about that time, the doors open, and Neris, in full Githyanki armor, dress battle armor, no weapons, stands there and strides forward into the room. The delegation from the Order of the Sacred Grove looks shocked and surprised. What trickery is this? Who do you have dressed up, masquerading as a Githyanki? There are no Githyanki.
Oh, I assure you, this is the real deal. And I welcome Neris. Do they have permission to verify that you are what you say you are, or what we have said that you are?
Sit on his lap and pull his beard if you like.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, I read that in the book. It's some Santa Claus thing.
So Neris bows, irreverent head bow, and says, by all means, they are welcome to put me through whatever tests I am truly a Githyanki.
So, Mr. Gooseberry, do what you must to verify that this is, in fact, a Githyanki warrior, an original Githyanki warrior whom we awoken. Verify if you must, but if a Gith can exist here today, couldn't an illicit as well?
I'm not rolling so hot there. Well, armor checks out. Looks authentic. Ancient. He gets up and
It's
kind
as
of
new as the day that he put it on.
walks around Neris looking. This is magnificent. It's right down to the very details. There's no way you could have found this anywhere and copied it.
Nope, that's original. That's the armor that he was
Wait a minute.
buried in.
I know where you found this armor. You stole this armor from the city of Fruiton before you burned it to the ground. That's
Are you
where
really
got
that
it.
sick, Gooseberry? Do you not believe your eyes?
And Neris himself will kind of stop him and say, my apologies, sir, but I was liberated from the town that you speak. In fact, Veil himself and his party of individuals helped free me from our eternal slumber bond, saying that it was time we woke and there was a great warrior, may she rest in peace, Brata, who brought us back with the sword of the Gith, which we were denied to bring into your presence today, but I can assure you we have it. And we can just show it to you if you need further proof. For the legend said that should we ever be needed, we could be awakened. We were awakened because we are now needed. Veil speaks the truth. The Illithid are here. And they pose a great danger to the entire realm and the multiverse. I don't know.
Yes, because that's what Veil has been saying this whole time.
Gooseberry, I know that our two sides have not ever seen eye to eye. I know that we don't trust you and you don't trust us. But I am here today to tell you what I speak is the truth. And I implore you to open your mind to the possibility that there are larger parties at play here than anyone is aware of. And I rolled a 26. Nope, 25 for persuasion.
Nat 20. You
Holy
expect
shit.
you expect that to be enough to persuade me of one Githyanki? This could be some kind of
I
trick.
got 10 more up there if you'd like to see them too.
I don't believe we can just wash away everything, Veil. You
I'm
Destroyed
not
an
asking
entire
to wash
city.
everything away.
What do you want me to do here? What are you asking me to join forces with you and stop the Illithid that I don't even believe exist?
Matches.
If I may.
Yes, please, Admiral or Professor, whichever the case may be.
It's both. The hat went to his head, literally.
Well, that's usually what hats do. Please proceed.
Well, now, as my suspicion has been confirmed, there are illicit agents in your group who have helped orchestrate this whole thing. Now, I also suspect that there are illicit agents in our faction as well. And I suspect that whatever transgression, the initial transgression that was made against the OSG, whatever group, whatever attack was initially made on your group to initiate your attacks on our group will be connected to the ones, to the moles in our. So tell us, what event was it? What happened to cause you to come across the other side? Who were they?
It was a message that we had received, supposedly from Alona, one of our goddesses, saying that the scales were tipping too far. I heard this message myself in prayer. There I was in the temple at Casto, praying to Alona, and I heard the voice say, "The scales are tipping. You must act. Move now." And we began investigating and slowly making strategic strikes on small groups of unorganized, random, wild lichens, not after any organizations, not just trying to take care of the ones in the wild. Stop the population explosion. That was our initial mission. Anything that happened after that, I cannot take responsibility for, because those people were not acting on our behalf. So you must believe me, we were trying to keep it to the wild. Perhaps you heard of that group of wild lichen that were running around several years ago. Those are the ones we were after.
Which lichens are you referring to?
They called them, they kind of had a loose affiliation group.
Molar.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of them, or you don't remember them. The
Maybe I have. I'm just
Fleshmen, yes, the Fleshmen is what they
Fleshmen.
kind of called themselves.
What emblem did they have on them when you found them?
Oh, they were not organized enough to really
They didn't have a
call
Patreon,
themselves an
Patreon?
emblem or anything like that.
No. Like, for their deity, did they have anything on them?
No, they
For their
were.
deity?
No, they didn't really follow a deity that we knew of.
Are you sure?
Well, we didn't.
No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I rolled 9 on history. I've heard of the Fleshmen before, but I really wasn't paying attention.
Why? What
History.
are you asking about, Miss? Their
Jimin? Or Toox?
Jimin? Toox? Yes. What are you
have you
alluding
heard-
to?
Mylar, or Malar, or how you say their name.
Malar.
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 Some of these, like you've gone after the wild ones, did they happen to have a cat's paw on them?
I don't know off the top of my head. There weren't many, from what I recall. There were maybe 100, maybe 200 at most, and
Mm-hmm. But I do have a suggestion for this whole ordeal right now.
Oh, yes,
Instead of
please.
giving and taking whatever everybody wants and stuff, we call a ceasefire. Allow us and tell us where Arthur is. We can find out, bringing before you, we can find out what would you need for proof that the illicit are here. What would undeniably prove to you that they are here?
Well, seeing one would be helpful. Although I have heard that they can be a danger to see in person.
Yes.
But seeing one in the flesh
Veil.
would be important.
Could we take a agent of theirs to see the one we know of?
See, why not?
Would that be good for you? And we just call a ceasefire we do that for you, you bring Arthur. Because we have a feeling Arthur may be a connection to the Olympics.
Hmm. Oh, that's an interesting theory there. Toox it is, eh? I believe
Yes.
you're the Shadow Walker, right? So if I give you an agent of mine, who stays with me in case, something goes horribly wrong and you kill my agent? One of you must stay in his stead.
Jimbo the Mudfoot is one of our most skilled and adored companions. He served on our ship for many months. It would be horrible if anything were to happen to Jimbo Mudfoot.
After your people destroyed his village,
As a matter of fact, you can take his brother Limbo Mudfoot too.
Does he have a sister named Bimbo Mudfoot?
Her name is
Stop.
Shauna. Her name is
Stop.
Shauna.
Stop.
I had to, I'm sorry.
Take Jimbo. Take Veil. Take Jimbo. Take him
I
Mudfoot.
think
we're
I
not
know.
asking for a leader. We're asking for somebody you would trust.
I think I know who we might be able to agree to stay, and it's someone of importance to our organization.
There's no one more important than Jimbo Mudfoot.
That may be true, Matches. That may be true. That may be true, but I believe that because of the importance of what we're trying to accomplish, I believe that I can convince Brother Tom to stay. He would have to come here. He's not here right now, but I believe that I could convince him to stay until we can sort out
Are you sure?
all of this. I think he'd be willing to do this to put an end to the insanity.
Two religious extremists that hate each other
Yes.
versus the pride of carrying Arthur, Jimbo Mudfoot.
As much as I feel that the great and powerful Jimbo would,
I mean, Matches, why didn't you just offer up movie?
What the hell is a movie? We're talking Jimbo here.
Never mind, it went right over your head.
if you'll excuse me for a moment, and I quickly, I believe I've got another message that I can send today with the scroll.
Yeah.
Brother Tom, we are in need of your service for the greater good. Would you agree to stay here at the Bastion in exchange for us to have some time for a ceasefire to try and rectify a situation? It would be for the greater good of all.
Yes. So message goes out. You'll probably have to wait a bit to hear back from him.
Sure.
You return and Gooseberry says, I see why. I don't see a reason we can't at least initiate a ceasefire for a short term. Perhaps we can find Arthur. Perhaps he is the loose cog in our wheel, kind of throwing things amok here. But perhaps he is not either. I don't want to lay blame where blame doesn't exist. So, but if... How did that get so loud? Sorry, y'all. That got really loud for no reason. If we can sort this out, come to an understanding, maybe get to the bottom of this, benefit us all, indeed. And I'm sure we could all use a break from the killing. and the death and destruction.
I could go either way, but I'm willing to stop for a while if you are.
I am. So we are in agreement then. We will provide you the location of Arthur. You will provide us physical proof of the Illithid being on the plane.
And one of your members is going to come along with us.
Yes.
Okay.
So long as one
Very
of your
good.
members will stay here as a good faith. We don't
Will
want to
be
call
old
it a hostage, but good faith.
Understood.
Will you be sending old Hitch with us?
I could send Hitch, or I could send our very own Jimbo.
There is only one, Jim.
The Battle of the Jimbos.
There can only be one Jimbo.
Get both Jimbos, put them in the middle of the floor, and throw a knife in there. Two Jimbos there, only one Jimbo leaves.
Whichever one of you wins the war. That's how we're gonna do this. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that can be the way it goes down. Is there anything else we need to discuss? I
And
can make
I'm
the
gonna look at-
ceasefire now. I'll send a message to all of our generals.
So, terms of the ceasefire: hostilities stop, no surrender of territory yet, but hostilities end.
Hostilities end, and cease construction of any war machines.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Okay. I believe we have an agreement.
If we
Forgetting
are-
one thing, this Alona, who supposedly sent you the message that sparked this whole thing.
She is my god.
I don't believe it was Alona that sent you this message. We need to find out who it was that sent you.
I have a theory.
Oh, I do too.
I'm quite devout in my religion, sir. I think I would know if my God was not the one speaking to me in prayer. But
Okay.
if you find evidence to the contrary, I would be open to hearing it. Have I been manipulated in some way, shape, or form? Well, I would definitely want to know. So I will
Fair enough.
I will entertain your thoughts. Should you bring me evidence that it was not Alona, I shall hear that.
Fair enough.
Okay. No ceasefire, or no war machines. A ceasefire ending hostilities, and you provide Illithid proof, and you're gonna try to convince me that it wasn't Alona. Fair, whatever. Fine.
Understood.
I mean, we could show you a dead one.
A dead
True.
Illithid?
Recently dead.
How? What?
Because we had to kill it. I can't imagine that we would have disposed of that body. Like burn it up or anything.
Why would you keep such a creature should it actually exist? Why would you keep it around? That's just
Bothers me.
Have you met us?
You are an odd bunch. That is definitely true.
When this was a powerful, it was being kept alive by stasis chamber. Gotcha.
Ah, I see. Yes, stasis. Yes, interesting. It is getting on long in the night. These talks are tiring. If you do not mind, I would wish to retire for the evening.
That's fair.
We've made our agreements. Believe we can all sleep well tonight on this. I'll send the message as soon as I'm in my chambers. The hostilities will cease. All armies will be instructed to make encampments where they are and await further instructions.
And I will do the same.
Very well. Shall we meet on tomorrow to for the exchange?
And yeah, and by tomorrow I should have a response to the member who we're hoping will stay behind as our offering.
Very well. That is fair. I look forward to it. And he rings a bell. The doors swing open. In come all of the servants of the bastion, and his side of the table stands up. And they leave the room.
Towards our side of the bastion, I reach around behind my back and I pull my one dagger, my family dagger, out from behind, and I go, "It's nice to know that they're thorough." I put it back.
Trust is a big thing here. All right. Anything y'all wanted to do?
No, I believe that tomorrow is another day and another stream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. That's what I was thinking. It's probably a pretty good place to hit the pause button in the story. We are moving right along, actually, almost on time. We're a little bit behind on this session, so probably be next episode before we get to that. Yep, it will be. I got to put a little bookmark in the story notes. Right, here's where we are. Asterisks and save. All right, cool. Save the story and get ready for the next one. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight, folks, on United Adventure Company's Welcome Home, Season 3, Episode 2, A New Class, where we turned some unsuspecting children possibly into vampires, struck a deal with William Gooseberry to perhaps have a ceasefire and provide proof of an illithid to him, and answered some questions, perhaps?
Wares, not vampires. But yeah.
I was gonna say,
What?
we didn't turn them into vampires. We turned them into lycans.
You don't know what you turned him into. I said possibly.
Well, the two he bit.
You don't know. They might not
Three.
turn.
I got three. Well, one of them died.
They might not turn. You
Hey.
never know.
Yeah, they may not. There's a % chance that that they may not change.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But they wouldn't turn into a vampire.
Are you contradicting me, the dungeon master?
No, not at all.
I can't believe you traded like your leader when I had him going for fucking Mudfoot.
Jimbo. Oh, man.
Match his look. You know there was no way that they were going to take Jimbo. There's no way.
Hey, there was roles to be made.
No, they were not going to take Jimbo. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
man, look. I'm just saying.
Was Jimbo the leader of the Mud Fleet?
He could be. He could be whoever we wanted him to be.
Whoever you want.
Anyway.
Yep. We can hash all this out in the Discord, folks. Make sure
Yeah.
you join the Discord. Click the link down in the bottom in the description. Join the Discord so you can enjoy this conversation and so many others with our cast and all our other fans. Also, if you've enjoyed the show tonight, click that thumbs up button on the video, give us a like, and then hit the subscribe button so that you join all the rest of the folks helping us get to that magic number. We have over 3,000 views as of this week, so hey, congratulations to that, and everyone, thanks so much for watching. We love you all to pieces. But we're gonna get out of here for tonight. We'll be back next week with Horde of the Dragon Queen, Rise of Tiamat. That one is coming to an end soon, so make sure you're all caught up. Check out the playlist over there for that one, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks for more Welcome Home. Until next time, folks, we're the United Adventure Company. This is Welcome Home. You are our favorite fans, but until next time, stay out of our dungeons. We love y'all. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.